pretending nothing's wrong for far too long. Say it out loud, like you really mean it now, 'cause this is the last time. We're at the crossroad, and I can't let it go. I try to make you stay, but you're already far away. We're at the crossroad, and I'll let it go. Now I know this much is true. I won't be running after you.
Hello, everybody. Apologies for the last minute kind of rush and kind of going on that situation thing. Welcome to the finals for Wombo eSports. We've made it. We've done it. It's the Coconut Crabs versus the NA Rams. We are a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to go ahead and probably get started just about now. Mr. Ricepuss, sorry, will be joining me tonight, along with possibly Quinstone later tonight. Oops, I should probably unmute myself over here as well. Hello, Ricepuss, how you doing? Oh, I might have to. No, is he here? Maku? Alright, well, regardless, we are going to go ahead and start it and get into the drafting of the finals for Wombo eSports Season 1. Excited to see how this is all going to go. This hot moment, top two teams. We're going. The Coconut Crabs are going to go ahead and ban Soraka and Lux. Pretty good picks. They've consistently at least been banning Soraka, so they just don't want to deal with the heal abyss. NA Rams are going to go ahead and ban Darius. Good pick against one of Doc's well-performed champs, along with the Vex, which we've seen emminik played frequently. And the DrMcWeenBean is going to come out against wtfami, who has also shown to have done pretty well on that. Final ban for the NA Rams. What will it be?
That is a good question.
All right.
So HLC.
Hello. Welcome, Rise up. Hello, Rise Plus, and I also see
Bandor.
we have our man, the myth, the magical, the legend, Quinstone. Thank you for joining us today during the finals of Wombo eSports Season 1, Coconut Crabs versus NA Rams. Since both of you are now here, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys
Do you have the draft link for me? So I mean, I could watch it through the stream.
That's what I'm doing, watching.
Yeah,
it.
I guess I'll get on League of Legends too.
It's
I don't know. Maybe I need to spectate the game, huh?
I'm sorry, it's in the captain's circle, which you have access to, but Mac does not. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that. And casters, I apologize, I didn't realize that.
We are fine.
I see.
We're fine. All right, so let's get into the draft a little bit. So we got good bans from both sides, very targeted on some of the start players from both teams. And Vi was the first to get picked up by Coconut Crabs, and then a Morg Jin answer for that. And it looks like emminik is going to get to play Fizz. I'm excited for it. Haven't seen it. It's definitely a big pick for him.
Something that we've seen, Mordekaiser has to come out. It's the last juggernaut in DrMcWeenBean's arsenal, and Dr. Mundo is banned out. I'm not sure how that matchup goes. I don't think I played it myself, but it plays really well into the rest of WTFMI's champ pool. But that being said, I'm really excited to see Fizz, because we've seen emminik actually take more of a backseat in these last few games during playoffs, because he's been banned out. And because he's been banned out, he's been playing more things like Lux, Lux, sometimes Vex, but that has had up and down performances, Malzahar, something more support-like, rather than, I'm going to be the one that starts fights or, really does well in skirmishes. Now he's actually taking a way more
Proactive role.
Yeah, proactive and aggressive play, and I think it's very much for the back line access, because Jin is being played by Urcha Merchant. It's one of his favorite picks. You can't ban all of them out, but he always does well, and he's gets peeled very well. But Fizz can probably break through Morgana Black Shield and kill Jin anyway. So maybe we're gonna see some backline dive threat with Vi and Fizz combo. Malphite is being banned out from Coconut Crabs to NA Rams into WTFMI. It's kind of interesting that we're not going to see anything more aggressive like Lucian. But Annie comes out, so that's another ban for mid and top, respectively. Sorry, top and mid, respectively. So Leona and Tristana, two very competent champ picks for Coconut Crab. So these are all very fine and well and dandy bans. Let's see what NA Rams picks up on R4.
Yep.
Nico.
Nico. That is, I think, a pretty good pick. So that is going on Snack, our boy.
Oh, it's the Dripper.
It is the Dripper. Yeah, so he is being placed in the mid lane, playing the Nico. Definitely a champ. He knows how to play. And
Rakan comes out from Zanrick. I don't think he's played so much of it in playoffs. I think, he's been dabbling with it, but Rakan and Xayah, absolute, very synergistic bot lane. This is something I don't think we've seen come out from them yet. The Vi is very standard. Mordekaiser are very standard. But Rakan and Xayah are very new, and I love it. Back to the Nico pick. I think it's going to be really good at choke control with her ult plus Zhonya's. If she gets Proto Belt, ult Zhonya's, and Varus switches out to Varus. Okay. So I think that is in reaction to the Trundle, because Varus, what I think does really well into NA Rams team is to play from range. Now, having two divers in the team doesn't really help you, but, Varus having self-peel, not going to get beat down by Trundle. And maybe be able to follow up more than, stereotypical ADCs by having farther range. Maybe. That's the thought process, self-peel and range. Or comes out from WTFMI, one of his standard Dito picks. So this is looking like a hot game.
And Mord can take Ornn out of the fight, which is a big deal, and get his stats. If he can kill him, that's big.
If you can kill him, you can keep the stats. I think, very importantly, if the Trundle and Mordekaiser, duel kind of, whoever ults first loses, because they both steal each other's stats. It's just who steals the ones after generally gets the win. But what DrMcWeenBean can do is be like, hey, I'm going to just keep you in the death realm. You can't smite anything. My jungler's up. You lose the smite fight if you're not on the Summoner's Rep.
Yep.
So that's a potential, but I think we might be seeing Mordekaiser going on Nico to get Nico and Morgana to get those AP stats rather than the tank stats from Ornn, because even when you steal a bunch of Ornn stats, he's still very hard to kill if he's not already at half health.
Yeah.
In the longer fight, I think Mordekaiser will be absolutely able to kill Ornn. It's just, I think Ornn's going to be able to survive and CC Mordekaiser long enough, if they're both obviously at full health, to, survive and get out of the Death Realm alive.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things that Mord has going for the fight is in the team fight, if they're both frontlining, that if Ornn goes to press the go button, presses R, or goes to dash, if I'm Mord, I just ult immediately. Like, I don't let my team get hit by that, especially in a choke.
It's very important for Mordekaiser to not get his ult canceled by Ornn W, because Ornn W makes him unstoppable. It's very, very important. Cool. Black Shield also stops Mortal. So there's a lot of ways to really stymie the Mordekaiser pick, but I think in general he's going to be kind of the beef, and it's very good into WTFMI's champ pool for sure. So I'm excited to see it. So this is a long time since we've seen the last Fizz game from emminik.
Yep.
And Snack the Dipper, I don't think has too much experience in the matchup. And so we might see a dominant mid lane and very, very aggressive and skirmish heavy early to mid game from Coconut Crabs with Vi Fizz. That's what I'm expecting. The scaling absolutely goes to NA Rams. Ornaments, standard, pretty standard front to back comp. But that not to say that Coconut Crabs can't just end the game rather early. And so, as I do with always in my cast, who do you think won draft here?
So in the what people wanted to get part of it, because there's like two parts to me. It's what people wanted to get and who in a vacuum is better. So I think that NA Rams got everything they wanted. Like this has been a not necessarily a draft, but champs that they're all super comfortable on.
Right.
Ornn, Trundle, Nico, Jhin, Morgana. Like every single player has played those a lot. And on the other side of that, I haven't seen a lot of Vi out of Dorski, and I haven't seen Fizz.
Dorski's actually, I think Vi's probably Dorski's best champion. I think he's really.
Is it most played though?
Yeah, I think it's most played in the season.
It is Vi. Okay.
Yeah. Fizz is emminik's used to be one trick apparently, and that's why it drew so many turns. DrMcWeenBean's Mordekaiser, we've seen it do it time and time again, except against my Shen. Let it be known. Anyway,
I'm just concerned with emminik not having enough time on Fizz recently to be able to transition back into the Fizz mindset. You know what I mean? Like if you don't play a champ for a while, you kind of losing the groove. Yeah,
it's certainly a big change going from control mage or poke mage to AP assassin. So obviously that's a huge change, but maybe they could pick it right back up. And I think the lane's rather going to be easy. I think mid lane definitely goes in Fizz's favor in terms of matchup and player matchup.
Yep.
So I think this is going to be very, very aggressive, very good lane for Fizz. It's not going to be like a Malzahar that's going to just stop any threat that Fizz can throw at him. But I think Coconut Crabs got pretty much what they're asking for, and we know that Zanrick is extremely flexible. He's got a lot of picks, the engaged supports, and then he's trying this very, I think, high execution Rakan here. It's like he's a playmaker, right? But he's super squishy. He has to, be very well coordinated with his team, and I think it's just there's a higher execution floor, but higher floor and ceiling, of course, right? Where Morgana could, throw a Q, get a stun, throw down ult if she's in the middle of them when she has Zonias, but there's only so much peel where Rakan could be, 5-man taunt, a few man knock up, shields and heals for his team. I think he's got a lot more. absolutely a lot more stuff in the kit, but Morgana is just pretty much here to stop any advances from Coconut Crab. So we'll see how that works out.
That's what I was thinking was if Morgana plays well, then Rakan shouldn't be able to do anything in any team fight the entire game.
Right.
Like Rakan should just get nullified almost to entirety because you go to jump in, like do the dash alt combo, like the knock up into taunt. You just throw a Q in his direction and then black shield your ADC or your Nico.
Right. It's all dependent on, you know, Zanrick and Area 95 to actually, like, you know, who's going to execute better here. I think it's definitely going to be harder for Zanrick, but I think he gets way more out of it per usage of skill.
Yeah, and if Rakan knows that, Rakan should just save the taunt for later. Like, get binded and then wait and not immediately do the combo right away, like preemptively. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you get that muscle memory and...
Right, all you have to do is bait out one Q and then you're kind of free to roam around the map, right?
Yeah.
So, it's certainly something here. I think a lot of this game is going to be on emminik. I think we've seen that pressure in the winners final set. We saw that pressure kind of get to him where he was on Vex and he's like, I got to make opportunities for my team. Goes in his Vex alone, and so this is going to have a little bit more. This is going to be a little bit more early game oriented versus standard control mage, right? So if they can really get the lead, like a hard, very early lead, with Vi, Fizz, Mordekaiser, all strong lanes. They both have like pretty good lanes.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how the bot lane goes. I think it's kind of a potato fest. That being said, we've known Urchin Merchant to not really play for lane, but rather to really position super well in team fights. And that's where strength lies. Maybe he's not maybe he comes out even, maybe 1 kill up, maybe 10 CS up, but then he plays the rest of the game very well when it comes to positioning and team fights. And so it's just kind of on, let's say, Fizz or Vi to really get these spells to really knock down Urchin Merchant.
Yep. And I do think that Fizz is where the rest of the enemy team sits. Fizz late game, if this game goes and it's one of those 40-minute, 50-minute games, Fizz is going to one-shot people. Like, no R, just hop in there with a QW.
Or just R and then half health the team, opens up the map. So if he gets, an R and 1 or 2 people, it's gonna be wild. We're seeing a 5-point defense here, but I think it's an anti-invade strategy coming up from NA Rams, which is actually, I think pretty intelligent because we've known Zanrick to be like, I need to invade. I think he invades more. This team invades more than any other. I'm not sure they get so much out of it, but I know that they do it. Played against them last week, so they I think invaded 2 out of the 3 games.
You got to mix it up,
Right? Yeah, you have to actually keep the teammates. I have to keep the enemy team doing that. So, looking at all of these runes are looking pretty standard Dito. RIPDusty on one of his 2 best champs, Olaf for Trundle.
Yep.
It's looking good. We're gonna see RIPDusty really open up the map with very unique gank angles. I think he finds really good flank angles and gank angles in team fights, and I think that's where his skill shines. Maybe not highly mechanical, but really finds good avenues to play the game.
Yep. And one thing I'm really interested with how we're opening up is doing the classic bot lane leash the whole way, and it is going to be a lot of poke going back and forth in the bot lane. 2 very long range ADCs with how they harass, and they're kind of one-off hit and leave.
Remember to mash plus, because every time it stutters we get held behind a little bit. DrMcWeenBean gets the level 2.
He's big damage.
Gets the pull. You got the isolated Q. That's huge damage. He's not going to go for it. Okay. That's a very good trade. Maybe if he just flash Q does not have the damage.
Kill. Yeah.
So just as a heads up, I'm getting the spectator bug where the minions are...
Don't disappear.
Yeah, they're not disappearing. The auto attacks are looking a little bit weird.
Oh, Snack DC'd. We're gonna see pause. Nope, he's back. Just kidding. I take it back.
Yeah, if he would DC, that would be a good time for a restart on League. If I don't know if you can join again.
No, I don't think you can join post.
I thought you could watch games after they start.
Maybe through op.gg. See, RIPDusty goes in mid lane. We see that emminik did actually use his E, but Snack the Dipper is just not there. Not there to actually do anything about it. The pillar.
About half HP though.
Fizz is very hard to gank, and he's gonna get the top crab. Dorski's going here. There's gonna be a 3-man. There's gonna be a 3-man here. emminik's gonna open it up. The Q comes out, the ignite, and then the perfect pillar by Dorski or by RIPDusty to stop the dash of Vi. Very, very well done. Burns. RIPDusty still has flash. Burn flash from Dorski. And ignite from emminik. Very well done.
And that's a big summoner on Fizz to be down. Like that ignite early is so big on Fizz because you get a lot of dot damage with your W.
Right. Game's about even here. DrMcWeenBean's actually... Throw the Q! No. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Even with the early trades, like Ornn is back up.
He already won Biscuit and 1 pot, so that's how he's going to keep doing the lane. DrMcWeenBean actually is going to... I think what he should do is slow down the lane here. Let it push him, trim it a little bit. Vi can come up. The ward just popped. Vi is not choosing to do so.
Yep.
So it's looking like just, 400 gold lead to CCS. I don't even know where it's coming from, to be honest. Oh, it's just the mid lane CS gap, pretty much.
Mid lane and support right now. Support is about 170, 180 gold ahead on the side of Coconut Crabs.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense with, getting the cannons from the shield. So,
DrMcWeenBean has to be careful because WTFMI has a roam timer. And he's up in EXP, right? So he's when he clears these 3 minions, he's gonna get EXP back. RIPDusty, they're both trading their camps. Both junglers trading camps. I'm just looking top side. Bot lane is bot lane. They're doing things. What I would like to see from DrMcWeenBean is maybe freeze a lane here, freeze it. Dorski just comes in, and I don't think Dorski was seen. Oh, he's gonna be seen now. I don't know why he jumped over the pit. Maybe big blunder. RIPDusty is gonna sweep out bot here. Maybe potentially go for a dive here. They don't have the wave set up actually, so it's only gonna be 1 wave if Nova and Zanrick don't clear it. Maybe they're just pressuring for dragon. Dorski goes on to WTFMI, doesn't get much out of it.
So it looks like they're getting Drake now because I saw Dorski top. Yeah, good play. They got some vision down too. Zanrick's going to be able to clear the ward probably, but maybe not the ping. But they might not even check it. Yeah.
And he just jumps back over the wall, stalls it a little bit. emminik just has not that much mana. He hasn't backed yet, so he's not going to be able to stop that or come down. DrMcWeenBean hasn't been able to get any pressure topside to maybe get a TP down, but first dragon goes down to Team NA Rams.
And you got to watch out backing with Ornn so close because he'll just rock up and cancel it if he's heads up on it.
Right.
And that's a bad thing to have happen because he can just burn ult and it's like, okay, well, you just lost your TP for my ult for like a 1.5 minute cooldown or something.
Very significant buy from Leeching Lair. Now, I'm kind of weird that he didn't go for Boots and Blasting Wand if he's building into Rift Maker first. I think it's always more valuable to get the more expensive item, tier 2 item, over than the ones that can be combined in components. But having that Omni Vamp in lane is going to have a lot more stick, a lot more sustain. 3% Omni Vamp actually means 5% Omni Vamp means a lot, and Doran's Ring gives health back on minion kills since he's a manaless champion. That being said, emminik is looking topside. WTFM did not back, and I'm not sure if he used his passive yet because he could. But on my screen, it doesn't look like he has any items. Like, he could have been building this whole time. He probably has like 1,300 in bank, 1,300 gold in bank. There he goes. He goes to build something now. I don't know if he completed it, but I'm just gonna assume when he gets back, it's gonna catch up to us. I'm gonna hit the plus button a bit.
Yeah, I've been tapping mine. Sadly, the stream is really hiccupy.
Yeah. WTMFI does get the ult off. Or sorry, DrMcWeenBean goes for the and he gets it, and he gets gonna get the first blood.
Oh,
that is
and
huge.
Ornn flash too.
Ornn did flash. Teleport's still up, so he's gonna have a lot of okay. Flash by RIPDusty does get hit by emminik's ult. Chum the waters. RIPDusty's looking like he's gonna burst down. Very, very good pillar. Also stymieing them again. Bot lane is looking like down levels, down EXP. Nova's just trying to sit there and grab EXP, which is what he's done very well all season. He's not getting hit by anything. He's going to be 6. He has 6 right now. Where Zanrick is going to be help getting plays across the map, getting flash from RIPDusty.
Yep, and that was an unfortunate jump over by RIPDusty. He didn't really know there was anything there, but he kind of jumped into needing to burn flash immediately.
Right.
There wasn't much time between there, but plates are going over to bot lane, so even though the rift was taken, at least bot lane was pushing in, getting turret plates out of it, because that's the worst thing you want to do is let the one player in the 2v1 dictate the lane and not push them in and get a plate for it, because then you're just negative.
There's going to be a kerfuffle here in the top lane. I think Dorski should come. I think ignoring they should be trying to go for a dive on to wtfami to break the break the turret. Dorski's on the way there, but he does not have ult. The shield's gonna come out. He's gonna get burned down. It's just gonna get killed. I think what Dorski should have done is actually try to go for a dive onto top lane and then drop rift to secure at least 3 or 4 plates. That being said, RIPDusty had pathed up there. DrMcWeenBean having no ult was on, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds more CD. emminik goes in on Snack the Dipper mid lane, and I'm stuttering all over the place. Is it just me?
I'm stuttering a lot too.
Yeah, I'm just mashing the plus button.
Yeah, I think that in was a little bit preemptive. Yeah. Maybe emminik thought, hey, I have ult. Maybe I can do a combo, throw an ult after they flash or something. Yeah. Especially that Snack's on pretty low mana. Yep, and he only has tier 2 boots, so I think that's very good for Nico, but not having mana, whereas emminik has, Dark Seal, doesn't do anything for mana. Yeah, they're both very low. There's not much. They're just going to be on
WTFMI again. He has ult. He's waiting for it. He's not going to use it, and he's just choosing to get the Q. Q down. Vi's here waiting bot lane. They don't have any vision on Vi. Down a level, down 6 CS because of that kill difference. DrMcWeenBean chooses to burn it. He might get the solo kill here. All he needs is to keep burning. One more auto attack.
Yeah.
And he gets the hammer down. He dies for it. No, he lives.
No, he
one
does
auto
not.
attack.
Just gets out. But
second drags up in 15 seconds of. I think this would be a very opportune time for DrMcWeenBean to back TP for Drake. Has
Zanrick's gonna get just missed from Nico.
Pillar comes down, so that's some cooldowns burned by NARMs, but DrMcWeenBean saved Death Realm, Realm of Death specifically. Has TP, can't go into a. Dorski is gonna get burned out. emminik goes in the back line.
Big ult.
Morgana ult comes out. Nothing. Dorski gets heal comes out, but goes into on Air 95. Air 95 leaves. DrMcWeenBean's here. There. He gets 2-man pull. He's gonna see if he can ult anyone. He's gonna back off, or gets a double man knockup. He's gonna walk into the enemy team, get a 3-man knockup. Nova did slay Urchin Merchant, but Zanrick, DrMcWeenBean are still up. I don't know what's happening. It's stuttering all over the place. Yeah, but I believe 4 members up for Coconut Crabs. They're gonna secure this Drake.
I don't know. That's given, because look at how low.
Can ult any one of the members. Yeah, he can just zone and ult. He still has it. Okay. Dorski's on it. He gets the ult onto RIPDusty. RIPDusty doesn't have ult. He's gonna just try to get. He's gonna get burned down here. It doesn't matter.
He just needs to keep autoing.
Comes out, steals Trundle's stats. Blue team does slay the dragon. Snack the Dipper gets pulled in, dies, and whop, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Very good play by DrMcWeenBean here, saving his cooldowns. Waiting for Trundle to ult someone else in the fight. Uses his ult, uncontested, gets the kill. Mashing forward again.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like he's on Rift Maker now.
Yeah, Rift Maker. He's gotten 2 solo turret plates. He's up 20 gold, a kill. So that's very huge for DrMcWeenBean. He actually has a reasonable amount of money.
Yeah, he's sitting on 900 unspent right now, but he is almost 2,000 ahead of his lane opponent. He's 1,700 ahead.
1,700 has the most gold in game.
Yep.
Up by 1,300 on or 1,200 from RIPDusty. All right, here we go. As the lanes get back to normal, what do you think NA Rams? What do you think their game plan? How do you think that went south for them right there at that Dragon Pit?
So I think they were just a little uncoordinated with who they were going on there. Oh, and emminik going in for the kill potentially in mid lane.
He's on. Snack the Dipper gets the thing,
close.
gets the shield out, but no, emminik doesn't have ult or used Chum the Waters already.
Already did. Yep.
Does get out, has the shield, baits out Snack the Dipper shield. They know where RIPDusty is. DrMcWeenBean is backing. He's got gold to spend. He picks up Merc Treads. I agree with that 100%. There's CCN everywhere of the enemy team, and he can't afford to be locked up. This is a surprising show from emminik. I think he's just not getting the angles he needs here. He's not really getting the early leads that would actually cause him to snowball, right? I mean, he's up like 15 CS, which is very good, obviously. But he doesn't have like the raw gold that he needs to actually absolutely blow up someone. Dorski is going to go into nope. They're gonna. It's looking like there's a 3-man top, but what they can do is just siege for first turret, giving them a more lead. Nova Nova has relatively good clear with whatever the Q is. Piercing arrow, piercing arrow.
There's flashing to the wall there.
Yeah,
that is going to be a RIPDusty.
He's going to get burned down after Unstoppable Force. Actually, it just got renamed to Cease and Desist. emminik does pick up the kill on RIPDusty. Snack the Dipper forced to retreat, but Nova getting a kill with Area 95.
Probably get both here.
A little bit of a blunder by bot lane of
good flag.
Good heal. Okay, it's going to take one more Q, one more piercing arrow, and he gets it. He gets the double kill solo. An amazing performance from Nova right there.
It's just falling apart for NA Rams right now.
Absolutely. 4K gold difference at 15 minutes, very significant. They're going to pick up Rift Herald number 2. I think it would probably be wisest to break mid tier 1 as to open up the rest of the map. Really, really stop RIPDusty's ability to move around the map, giving a lot more extra pressure. That's at least what I think should be happening here. But, DrMcWeenBean says, no. I have it. I want first turret. Give me money. I will carry this game.
And then now Doc's gonna unleash top. No one's gonna be able to respond in time.
Yeah. He gets the turret, but he does have Realm of Depth up. So he might be able to actually, he maybe gets 3v1. But he might take one with him. He absolutely could take one with him. No one else has nearly the same amount of money. Even if Trundle was able to ult after the ult, I don't think it's going to be enough with all the amount of sheer stats he has in levels and in buy.
Yeah, right now, the Mord is 1,600. Yeah, 1,600 gold ahead of the next highest opponent. And, given that Varus is 4-0-0 right now, and Fizz is 2-1-2. It's not looking good for NA Rams. There's not a whole lot you're looking forward to in the later game here.
I think this team has a lot of excellent lockdown, right?
Yep.
Because their pick potential, Urchin Merchant, Area 95 gets something, Urchin Merchant gets something, Snack the Dipper gets something, RIPDusty gets something. It's just how NA Rams generally pick is like they find one person, pick them off, and then domino effects into the rest of the enemy team. It's just they have to get that first very important pick. And Nova's damage from long range is actually going to mean a lot. Cease and Desist does not come out yet. Vi ult, is going to come off, but it's not going to actually do anything. This is actually maybe a huge play from NA Rams. Oh, take that back. emminik does pick up double kill onto the Snack the Dipper, and Area 95's Urchin Merchant does live, does die, actually burns down. And DrMcWeenBean takes RIPDusty out of the fight that whole time. Doesn't matter, as I said before, he could just win fights. Doesn't matter if RIPDusty has ult, but very possibly it could he could lose that if Red Smite and Subjugate come out together. Potentially could have extremely good dueling potential into DrMcWeenBean. That being said, you know, if you're half health against the Mordekaiser and Mordekaiser's at full and he steals your stats, you're gonna die.
Yeah, and I'm going back right now to watch that Fizz. Oh, it's buggy. Never mind. I'm not allowed to watch it.
Yeah, not allowed.
Thank you, League.
That is 8K gold lean? 7.5K gold lean. Now 8K ish. You know, as NARMs just try to clear as many pieces of vision as possible. It's just that the person that they are going to need to pick out is going to have to be Vi or Nova. Sorry, Dorski or Nova here, because Vi, you know, has pretty good mobility, especially now that Q is max level. Potential DrMcWeenBean potential getting 3-manned here. He's only up 1 level, and wtfami is actually keeping up in levels, which is actually a very, very important part of top laners, keeping up with it with level advantage.
Right now, I don't know what the NA Rams can do, because they're down 8K gold, a little more than 8K, and it's only 19 minutes into the game.
Yeah,
and they just have to try to get
this is exactly what I was talking about. He's gonna get burned down potentially. He's gonna Q over the wall, out of the way of the final curtain call from Urchin Merchant. They're gonna get the disengage, and that's excellent. That's the pick that NA Rams needed. emminik's on the flank. DrMcWeenBean's here, and he's hungry. He does get a flash from Area 95. emminik still has a flank angle, but choosing not to get it. He's choosing to go for.
I don't think they know he's there still.
He did walk over the ward in the banana brush in Bot River,
but they're not looking for him at all. Like, they haven't put any more vision.
They're not looking for it. I'm actually kind of surprised emminik didn't try to, like, throw his ult. I mean, maybe he's saving it, but at this point, just huck it. You know, drop it, pop it, don't drop it. Blue Buff's probably going to go over to emminik here. NA Rams are really forced apart, but what I think Coconut Crabs really need to do is really they're winning team fights, and they're not getting picked, and they're doing well. It's just they're not actually pressuring objectives. Area 95, the black shield does get popped. Zanrick goes in for the double knock that gets the charm of the two of them. Area 95 gets burned down. Ornal comes out. It's gonna be wtfami on Orn. He's gonna try to go for more for DrMcWeenBean.
Yeah,
DrMcWeenBean full shield. He's almost full health. 1 for 0 trade, but I don't know if they get anything from it because they don't have the waves set up. Snack the Dipper, Urchin Merchant, half health or less. It's not looking good, so they can choose to take an objective here and get zoned out by Nova, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, and they're going to start the first Baron at 21 minutes and 8 seconds.
Very quick Baron.
Yeah, they have pretty good Baron take. I think DrMcWeenBean should be absolutely should be tanking this. Dorski needs to move back. He might die here. He's gonna just go for the smite. Almost misses it. Doesn't matter. Team wasn't there.
It's fine.
But it works out. I think DrMcWeenBean has just better stats with Ripmaker and Demonic Embrace. He's a beefy boy. Demonic Embrace giving armor and MR per champion hit with spells. emminik going out on Area 95. Oh, he gets pillared, and he's like, all right, fine. You live for today. But an interesting interaction I think we haven't talked about is that just throwing the ult emminik onto Area 95 breaks her whole kit. Absolutely breaks the whole kit. So it's, Area 95 has to Black Shield herself or Zonia's herself, and they're not ready, and she wouldn't be ready for a good ult play. Maybe she gets a Q off, but emminik can dodge that. Urchin Merchant going into DrMcWeenBean. I think DrMcWeenBean should have taken that, but there's 3 there, 5 there. Good Absolutely, actually, way better game sense than I do. He's choosing to play it safe, and they're getting Dragon that's going to come up in 30 seconds. But
DrMcWeenBean getting caught out more than likely. Yep, he's going to go down for that.
Yeah,
no chance.
And that's Snack the Dipper picking it up.
Being a bit greedy, but that's not a huge deal considering how far ahead you are. Like you're 10k gold at 22. You got someone pushing bot lane, someone pushing top lane. You can die, draw some pressure. It's no big deal.
Yeah. That being said, Zanrick's not going to be there, and Dragon's up. I think they can force a 3v4. Snack the Dipper might get picked out here. The Cease and Desist comes out. Yeah. Snack the Dipper doesn't get time, doesn't have Zonias yet. The Chum the Waters goes onto the Air 95, goes golden. emminik forced the flash away. He's in the middle of a bunch of them, takes the blast cone over, and current calls is not going to be enough. Air 95 is going to get bursted down by emminik. emminik now being attacked by wtfami, going to get disengaged. Nova, Dorski already halfway through, 3/4 of the way through killing Dragon. 10k gold lead to the CCS.
And all Mord has to do is just stand there.
Yep, and it looks, as I press plus, he just smashed that turret. All he has to do is keep that cannon minion
buffed,
empowered, and just keeps wailing in the turret. That being said, I think a very smart move, DrMcWeenBean, is keeping his W shield up. Having a W shield means he basically has an extra 40% health. That he can then convert to actual health, permanent health, if he chooses to. I think Coconut Crabs need to back off here. They don't actually have the wave set up. DrMcWeenBean's too far forward, while bot lane's too far back. It's looking like they're just going to clear vision, try to go for a reset. And let's look at the gold differential here. Wow.
Big.
DrMcWeenBean leading the pack at 10k gold. The closest is 7k or 7.2k from RIPDusty. But that being said, every person on there's all leads across the board from NARams to Coconut Crabs. emminik and Zanrick are here. I don't know what they're fighting over. Nothing's happening. Zanrick might just have to leave. He spots a bunch of them. He should choose to leave.
I mean, he's fine where he's at. They would have to CC lock him with how tanky he is already.
I just don't know why they're here right now. Dragon's not up. There's no objective here. They're not pushing other lanes. I just don't know why there's going to be a fight here in this side of the jungle. Now, obviously, this team's I made it farther than my team. Maybe they're just knowers, but from a third-person point of view, I just think that they could be more effectively pulling aggro away and splitting up the NARams, because as NARams, they work best together. Trying to do the domino effect, but I'm surprised they're not pressuring bot turret here. It's just up for the taking.
I think it's one of those things that you kind of get caught up in the game when you're ahead, where you're like, I can just assert my dominance. It doesn't matter if there's an objective or not, because me wasting their time is actually better for us, because our lanes are going to be pushing into them.
Right. Maybe going for a pick, and maybe just slowly choking out. But at this point, Dorski's in a rough spot here. I'm going to press plus a bunch. Oh my god, my game's lagging. Okay, 5-person of NARams going in. Flash engaged from Zanrick. He gets a 3-man charm. He gets a 1-man knockup. DrMcWeenBean's gonna die. Gets killed by Cease and Desist. Nova picks up Snack the Dipper.
Nova gonna go down in the back.
RIPDusty's going for, running for his life, but it's just DrMcWeenBean's gonna be there. He just needs to get one more Q out. Both flashes. But it's looking like it's gonna be an ace here. wtfami might be able to kill emminik here under turret. And Dorski picks it up. emminik's going to get out clean and clear. Clean ace.
Very well played.
Only 2 to 5. Very well done. And that's what you like to see. I mean, I respect the play from the NARams. They have to be making plays, because otherwise this is going to be a slow death. They can't really contest any other Drakes. That being said, this is sole point, and Infernal Drake's up in 130. They really need to make this, but Vi makes it so impossible for Urchin Merchant to actually play the game. Vi and Fizz having 2 very competent divers, dedicated divers, is really breaking the game plan of the NARams.
Yeah, and I think next game, what they should do to kind of take away from this is not necessarily the bans they had weren't good, but maybe get Urchin on something with a little bit more mobility. Because if they are going to play against a heavy dive team, then get something that at least Urchin's not kind of stuck there and he can't really do
Sean
much.
the Water goes on Snack the Dipper. The Black Shield comes out, and he just gets blown up before even Pop Blossom. I think that's it. Pop Blossom comes out. Dorski is going to try to go for the cease and desist. Doesn't get it. DrMcWeenBean's going to TP in. He has got that ghost. And he says, no. I'm here to be scary. We got Dragon in 35 seconds. You have to come through me. I don't have to do anything to you.
Yep, and that's the thing. The Fizz, even though Fizz can wreak havoc in the mid game, the later the game goes, the scarier that fish gets because
this
you
is
just get
a complete
QW
turnaround of the early game. 8-1-7. So that being said, 13 seconds on Fire Drake. They might NARAMs might have to coin flip this here. Might have to get it off drag, but they don't have all 5 members. They're just not gonna be able to. Coconut Crabs are just gonna walk it in. Yep. They just can't contest here. Urchin Merchant's gonna try to get something going here, but DrMcWeenBean's here. He's gonna try to. emminik on the back line does get the flash in. Goes golden. DrMcWeenBean picks up Area 95. He's gonna try to get a multi-man Q, and he does. He gets RIPDusty and ult. Shutdown from RIPDusty onto emminik, getting a 1,000 gold shutdown, but DrMcWeenBean still being a menace the whole game. Urchin Merchant still full health. Season Assist comes out finally. The pop, that's going to be a double kill from DrMcWeenBean. Second Dipper goes golden, but it's not going to be enough, and that's going to be 4 for 2. CCS.
And then they might, they walk the other way. I was going to say they might see Ornn, but it looks like they're going to try to end off of this. I think they can
just force this end right here, DrMcWeenBean. That's going to be 3 members out at this point. Early pick. And they're choosing to be like, no. We don't want to throw this away. We don't have cooldowns. We don't have summoner spells. We're just gonna slowly choke you. Baron's still gonna be up. I don't know how much longer. Let me bring it up. Baron is, I can't tell. It doesn't tell me on the client. Oh my god. And DrMcWeenBean in a scary place. They might actually get the shutdown. This is a 1,000 gold shutdown. DrMcWeenBean's gonna force the fight. Zanrick is gonna try to get in here. He goes golden. Zonus comes out, but it's just not going to be enough.
He almost has ult back up too.
Yeah, maybe he's stalling for ult.
Gonna get
and he does turn. He goes on to RIPDusty, and he hits all these things. Now he's on the back line. Gets isolated Q and Snack the Dipper. Zanrick's here to try to get the charm. Goes onto Urchin Merchant and peels him off DrMcWeenBean. DrMcWeenBean 1 health. Gets the isolated Q onto the 2 Triumph Arcs, and this is going to be a rout from an absolute turnaround. Very well done, very well played. DrMcWeenBean baiting, playing for his times, of being very cognizant, having great game sets, and they're just going to go for the W here, and that's going to be a 30-minute game here. Yep. 30 minutes, and let's say, I don't know,
20k gold difference as well.
Yeah, 20k gold difference. That was an absolute, show of domination here from CCS into NARAMs. And we are going to see how they're going to adapt here in Game 2. All right, I talk a lot. Oh, man, there's so much talking. I'm hungry.
Slowly heal the darkness in my heart. I hear you now. The taste was all I needed. I feel you now, loud and clear to the end. I'll follow you to the end.
time comes, be ready, don't you hesitate. There's nobody left in the world who could ever shake my faith. Holding me back, holding this back, don't you see? You can count on me, put it down on me, 'cause now it's all on me. When the time comes, be ready, don't you hesitate. There's nobody left in the world who could ever shake my faith. Holding me back, holding this back, don't you see? You can count on me, put it down on me, 'cause now it's all on me.
Oh,
And we're back.
yes, we are. Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome, welcome.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and dive on to the second game of the finals for Coconut Crabs versus NAR. And for those who are just chiming in, I'm joined here by RIPDusty and Quinstone. Thank
Hello.
you guys for casting. So, before we just dive on in, just a little administrative stuff. If the Coconut Crabs win this second game, then there will be a bracket reset, which the match will be Tuesday at around 5:45 p.m. Otherwise, if NAR wins game
Wait,
2.
Tuesday?
Yes,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What? I thought the new patch starts on Tuesday. I thought preseason is on Tuesday.
Just double check real quick.
Like,
Yeah,
is it the 16th or is it the 17th? Because that's very important. I put in the announcement.
Yep.
16th is Tuesday.
Oh. All right.
Oh, so it is Tuesday.
We're good.
Yep.
We're good.
So it starts 17th preseason.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
with that, they've started the pick ban,
We're
so
in
I'm
it.
going to let you guys go
Fizz.
ahead.
Fizz ban. I think both Quinstone and I, and the intermission there, we're both talking about it. I think that's a good ban. I was doubting a little bit, but I think swapping out the Vex for the Fizz ban, very intelligent. Soraka banned, of course, no surprise. Big respect ban. Darius ban. I
Vibe
don't-
ban. A vibe ban from CCS.
Huh.
Why?
That seems like a misclick to me if I've seen one. I do not know.
I think their brains might be so big that it's bouncing back to being bad. Dr. Muno. Okay. I
That
don't.
might be a bait, though. You
Well,
know?
I mean,
Like,
I think that gets rid of CCS as one of his best champions. So maybe he's going to go for a Mumu game here.
that's what I'm thinking. They pick up a Mumu. I'd be surprised if they don't just like in the first 2 picks there pick up a Mumu. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a
Lux.
call. I have to mute. I apologize.
No worries. I'll do it. Oh my god. Do we have the teams right? Are these sides right? What's going on? Why is CCS stealing everything from NARAMs? What's going on?
So I did not see any follow-up saying that the Vi was an error, so...
Yeah, I mean, but they picked up Jin and Trundle. So
Yeah, we're getting like
I'm bamboozled.
swapped around here.
I am bamboozled. This is game 2 of Worlds here. And this
Yep.
game's pretty much just as important.
But there's no Zins out yet, so we're in
Right.
the clear.
Right. True.
When it's game 3, when the Zins out comes out, that's when the win comes through. Mord, I am not surprised there. It worked so well last game.
Yep.
And now I think you just ban top lane champs and put wtfami on something very uncomfortable. I would ban Ornn and Maokai or
Malphite Orange.
Malphite Ornn, and then you pick up the Maokai on CCS.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what does he play next?
Okay, they're going Annie, so Snack can't just play Annie. Okay.
Yep. So trying to get a Snack back on the Nico, I assume. But yeah, I still think you want to ban Ornn. I was thinking about maybe you don't ban Ornn from CCS, but
Wait, why would you? I think the Vex is a bait.
yeah,
They showed an AP top laner already, so that means that opens up the world for AD mid laner, which is Young. I think
yeah.
unless they ban Young here,
Malphite.
then it's fine, right? Forcing him onto Malzahar or Rise or Lux is taken, so
Yep. Yoni Baloney, maybe?
no. Are we
Yoni
sure
Baloney?
these sides are right? Oh,
No,
well,
they
yeah.
have to
that's
be.
For Zanrick. That's for Zanrick, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. So they know they're picking Ornn unless Zanrick picks Ornn support. What
Yeah,
if
I mean-
Zanrick picks Ornn support right here?
I absolutely don't think he's going to do that. I don't think Ornn is a good support.
Right.
Gives a lot of CC. I think it's fine. I don't think the lane is good, and Ornn needs those levels and that to get his ornaments online.
Leo.
think-
Foot in my mouth from
Yeah.
intermission.
I
Said
think
he wasn't gonna pick
Mordekaiser Ornn. I think it's just a comfortable matchup. He's like, DrMcWeenBean's like, I know how to play this one. That's it. I know how to play it.
Yeah, I think this is another round 2 of CCS
So,
getting
right.
some stuff that they wanted, but I think
It
the only
does.
thing I haven't seen Jin with Nova.
Right. I agree. And Jax coming out from
Oh.
wtfami. That's
I
a
like it.
bold pick. And Jax does win that matchup. And I've played that matchup on both sides. Jax does win, but I think it's really hard.
Like
And
most
young-
of Jax's matchups, actually way more difficult than people make it out to be.
Yeah,
Yep, and
Jax is
Yoni
not
Baloney.
a deceptively difficult champion. Mordekaiser, Jax is just okay. If Mordekaiser could just hit Qs to make sure that Jax just never has the health to all in, and to make sure that he doesn't miss Qs, because like the intricacy of the matchup is Jax can Q onto Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser will Q, but Jax can dance around it with Jax is one of the highest base MSs in top lane, at least, I think, in the game, right? And so he can just dance around you and whap you, and Mordekaiser loses the auto attack fight. So that's how you play that lane. But, you know, it's
Easier
not so
said
easy.
than done.
Yeah, way easier said than done. I've
Right.
won the matchup more often than I've lost it
Yeah.
as Mordekaiser.
Yeah, which the opposite of what we were saying earlier. So it's definitely
Right.
skill dependent.
And so I think NARAM's plan here is to split the map. It's just, I don't think they have... If they're going for 1-3-1, it's going to be Nocturne, Jax in the side lanes.
Mhm.
Jax is pretty good at getting away, but Nocturne isn't. You
Yep.
send, Leona with Mobies, catches up to the Nocturne, someone else just, gets along. And, like, Moby, like, Jin and Leona can catch up and get them out. Jax is... he's got the Ward Hop, he's got the high base MS, he's
Mhm.
probably going to build Divine Sunderer, who's going to be really tranky, really hard to kill. So, I don't know. I think... I want to say CS had a very excellent draft.
Yeah.
I
They have a
think
lot
they
of split
played very
damage.
well into NARAMs, but now we have to talk about champion comfort, right? We haven't
Mhm.
seen Nova on Jin too often, and we haven't seen Dorski on Trundle too often.
Yep.
So that does put their respective counterparts on the back leg. We
Mhm.
didn't see Akshan by Urchin Merchant,
Urchin.
and that's putting RIPDusty onto Nocturne when Olaf is up. So I'm just unsure. They're trying to go for a 1-3-1, maybe very skirmish heavy. Pick one person that's out of line, and then they can steamroll the rest of the fight, just being up man advantage. That's hard to see though when DrMcWeenBean's on Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and back to the comfort thing, CCS might not have a lot of expertise on the Jin Trundle, but you're putting Mord up
Yeah.
on Doctor and
Yona.
Zanrick getting Leona and Yone going on
Right.
emminik.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. That's
those
exactly
are
what I was thinking.
comforted as they're about as comforting as a nice soup on a cold winter day.
Nice chicken noodle.
Yep.
So that means
Jax coming out for WTFami, that is
Bold.
a classic pick
bold.
for him. I've
Bold.
known him since season 3.
Mm.
And he hasn't played a lot, but he used to play Jax back then. Back before Jax, could just build dodge and not have it on his E. He just had dodge in his kit that you could build in runes. But yeah, I'm curious to see how Nocturne works out in this game, because that is definitely going to be something that I don't think that or the CCS are going to split up too much. Like, I think maybe Mord does, but I think the rest of their team's going to try to deathball a little bit and
Right.
Wombo combo backline, because Lux is squishy, Jinx is squishy, and Nico's squishy.
Yeah, and Jinx doesn't have the movement speed Jin does, and it's even more immobile.
Yep.
I mean, hyper carry in his own right, but no, like if you're not playing standard front to back, you have two skirmishers, a weird engage / control mage, and Lux, which is not offer the best amount of peel. So it's going to be very hard. Like, a lot of pressures on Urchin Merchant to perform here, but he's not going to have the same amount of freedom he would normally if they would play their normal draft.
Mm-hmm.
Something I would like to point out.
Yep.
Is that RIPDusty is on Nocturne, which is not a tanky champion.
Yes, sir.
He's got a lot of, maybe got some lifesteal. You can regen some back in a scrap, right? But he plays tankier champions. Some people with a lot more beef.
Yep. Bruisers typically.
Right. Exactly. And so, seeing him put this far back when Olaf's up, and of course Olaf might just not be the play here, especially, they have a lot of CC, but Olaf alone doesn't have like a Seraphine to enable him, doesn't have a Karma to enable him, right? Olaf alone, very, very hard. And he falls off, and I think he's just like, nope, I'm gonna, be the most aggressive ganker post 6. I'm gonna be ganking on cooldown, I'm gonna be ulting on cooldown, just to put every single lane as far back as possible to let Jinx scale up, to let Nico scale up, and let Jax scale up. I just think the early game is gonna be on Nocturne, 100%. It's gonna be on RIPDusty here, because he needs to find really good ganks and be effective enough to put the rest of CCS down, because they have a way more stable team comp.
And I know that it's not something that I've seen RIPDusty play, but knowing that, I would have liked something like Lee Sin if your goal is to gank and get people ahead early.
Right.
Because that's kind of his specialty is, Lee Sin falls off as fast as a brick does off of a building. Like, he hits a wall and he's done. But his early game damage is real good, and he has a lot of mobility. So
and he's got really good playmaking potential for sure. Yep. I just think Nocturne, I don't think this is a good game for Nocturne either, right? Maybe not good game for Olaf, but the only target axis he really has really good on is Jhin, right? If he goes on Trundle, Trundle can pillar. It doesn't matter the spell shield, there's a pillar in the way. Mordekaiser just throws down a Q and then takes him to the death realm and kills him. Leona has a bunch of spells to pop the spell shield and stun him. And Yone can outduel, like, after 2 items, Yone's always going to be able to outduel him.
And Yone can just press R to get away. Like, Yone does have the button that, like, okay, if Nocturne isn't paying attention, you just press R in a weird direction and get away. And Nocturne's gonna, depending on how Coconut Crabs split up, I think it's gonna be very difficult for a Nocturne to really get angles, because if I'm Coconut Crabs, I just 4-1. Like, that's just what I'm planning on doing. Like, send Mordekaiser.
I think I think they have really good duelists with Mordekaiser and Yone. I think they both side lane well. It's just the 1 and the 1 are good. I think the 3 is not very good.
Yeah. And
because you need a lot of really good wave clear and mobility coming out from the 3 to be able to rotate to the 1s if necessary. Because if they're doing 5, they have not very good wave clear. So 4-1 better, but it nets you less macro on the macro sense.
All right, I am in L game.
Yes, sir.
I'm loading up. Sadly, we cannot do the whole time sync because of all the freezing. I wish Riot would fix that, but either way, we're getting into it. It looks like a lot of pings were coming down into the river brush for NA Rams, which, oh
yeah, it's
happening.
Together.
It's happening.
Oh, they're not ready. They weren't together.
Nope.
The one time they weren't ready.
Yep, very good ward placed there. Let's see who placed that ward. That was by Leona. So Zanrick, very good heads up play. Seeing people put down the ward just to be safe. Does deny some vision early that they can move around, but it's worth it. Have Jhin sit there as well.
Right.
Now everybody's splitting up. Not really doing a 5-man because they know kind of what happens. Mord coming up to check. Say hello to Jax. They wave.
Mord's level 1
away.
is pretty excellent because
the Q.
You can't dodge Mord Q.
Yep.
Right. You get the isolated damage. And Jax doesn't have his passive spinning up. Maybe Jax at full passive stacks would win the level 1 fight.
But you'd have to dodge a Q 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, the classic, having bot lane help you clear buffs. I'm real sad that no one seemed to try to shake that up, really. But vision is going down from the side of Coconut Crabs to...
Oh, WTFI did not start W, or started E. He started W. And I think
Wow.
that's a pretty... I mean, they're both even, but now DrMcWeenBean has, like, lane control.
Yep. You're
And
gonna get
yep, he
another
gets
kill.
another one. Yep, and it's
Can't
just
even
like that.
auto. Oh,
Now the rest of the lane gets a lot harder for WTFMI.
yep. And one thing I want to make note of real quick is that Coconut Crabs have been putting a ward down on their opposing buff. So whatever buff they start, they put a ward down because they know that RIPDusty, he does like going into the enemy jungle, and that's just some more assurance. Huge damage going on.
Yeah,
Lord.
he gets it. That's gonna be Zanrick is gonna get pulled down. The flash comes out. Merchant does get first blood very early on.
That's
That's
huge.
a lot of CC. I mean, that lane is very good. And Zanrick did not have level 2 to push any advantage. They got level 2 advantage. And they used it to get the first blood. Flash and heal down by Coconut Crabs and Flash Ignite from NARams.
Yeah, and that's big to get that on a Jinx early, and that's kind of like your carry right now, or like, you know, that's going to be where most of your team fight damage is probably going to come from. Because Nico,
RIPDusty is going topside. DrMcWeenBean, I think, responding late. No, Dorski's not there. They're just going to say, well. At this point, I believe the wave's going to push back to DrMcWeenBean. This is actually a very good position for him to be in. Doesn't need to touch the wave at all. Just says, hey, it's going to come to me, and you're going to have to get unsafer and unsafer in lane. And there's nothing you can do about it. Or he could just miss all of his abilities. That works too.
yep, and just like RIPDusty likes to say as a joke, he walks in the lane. Hi, how are you?
I am.
You know?
Are you? I think DrMcWeenBean's really chomping at the bit. Instead of going for lane control and really trying to freeze out WTFMI, I think he's really trying to like get a lot of kill pressure. I don't think it's a bad plan. I just think with the jungle, like I don't think they have vision on the junglers. Maybe it's unsafe, but Dusty is on the other side of the map. They do have a lot of wards down, so
Yep, and that's
WTFMI does have
TP.
he has TP and he's back to full health. WTFMI, DrMcWeenBean has full health, and he's got a pot, so he's not up effectively health, but about even. Dorski sitting on a ward.
Jeez. Unfortunate trade for the Jacks. Going in now. Gonna get a lot of damage. Got the Conqueror started. This could be a win, but Dorski's here to say hello, friends. Oh, gets the kill anyways. Gonna be a mid lane kill for Nocturne. Dorski gonna try to fight here in the top lane. I don't know. Depends on what the cooldowns of Jacks are. Gonna get away with the Q.
Flash pillar maybe? No. Flash
He used pillar in the brush.
Yep.
He probably doesn't have it on.
Solo kill from WTFMI onto DrMcWeenBean.
Very good. Sleeper pick already.
Yeah, very, very well done, actually. Oh, Urchamurch is going to get
Under
pulled.
tower.
There's no turret aggro, though. Nova doesn't... Now the turret aggro comes down, gets two pulled.
Big last shot.
Comes out.
And the
comes out,
Ignite going down.
So Nova is going to fall, but that is a kill for... kill for Air 95, not onto Jinx, whereas Jin does pick up the kill. Very well done.
And the BM from Lux.
The classic.
The good heads up play though for the Ignite, knowing that hey, Jin came up here, got to get a kill, and Yone getting good combo there. That's over half HP on Snack going down just from a classic Yone combo.
Right.
And
DrMcWeenBean is charging. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
He's charging up his W passive, and he's just using it. I think that's not very efficient usage of the W because it's worth more as shield than it is as heals. Because you only get a portion of 40% of your max health as a shield, and it converts some percentage of that to healing. So it's not 1-for-1. That being said, bot lane has to disengage. They're getting Zod off their own turret. I think they have very good sense that RIPDusty is here. And it's looking like first Dragon is probably going to go to and ARAM's here. DrMcWeenBean still has TP, but not 6. Very important. He might get it very soon. He's 1 wave off. wtfami has had 6 for a while. They haven't started it yet. They have vision on them though.
Yeah, I think just taking the bug right now, knowing it. Oh, Yone might come up, say hello.
emminik dodges
Almost
the
getting
flex
caught.
Q.
There wasn't going to be much follow-up, though. I think even if it hit, it's not a big deal. Jax did rotate down real early here. So I think they are looking for it.
Really kept up in gold and experience. And he still has TP, so he could still just go right there into the fight. emminik going on Snack the Dipper, and he's doing Yon things and just jumps halfway across the lane.
Yeah, I think this was a bit preemptive from the Jax. Maybe they made the call like, hey, we want to take Dragon. But now Jax is just kind of sitting around in River, unfortunately.
Yeah,
when they
and
should be
I'm
using this.
unsure as to what the build path for the Jax is. He's bought Giant's Belt. Very possibly he can be going Titanic Hydra first. Very possible. I mean, that's an unorthodox pick, but I don't think the worst. But the Dragon finally is going to be starting to fall here.
Good flash from Nico. That was really important, dodging that Yone kill. Drake is finally going to go down.
But that was, I think, a lot of time wasted by Jax.
Yep.
Like half the CS of his lane opponent. Now down levels, as when he did have like a level and a half lead. RIPDusty has 6, and now he's probably just going to use it.
Yep.
Yep, and there he goes. He's in range for Leona. And
Leo went all the way in.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, Zanrick, because he threw an E in the direction. That's
and a really late TP.
emminik. Yeah. Not the worst, because he could just rotate back mid, but it's looking like he's going to try to go for something. He does not have Fate sealed Yone R up, so I'm just surprised like what the point. Very preemptive and late reaction on that TP.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of the nerves of finals kicking in here for both teams. Like people kind of screwing up some simple stuff here. Fighting the top lane.
Yep.
Jax getting the counter strike out, but that's going to be a dead Jax.
This is probably going to be dead Jax. The counter strike's out, but it doesn't matter. One more auto attack, dead. Jax not having the items, not having the experience, down a level. And DrMcWeenBean started the fight, played it well, and bada bing, bada boom. First Rift Herald's going to go down to CCS.
Yep.
Oh, maybe a potential steal from Air 95? No.
Close. But, and look at what happened in bot. Jhin wisely sits there, pushes in, gonna make Jinx lose some CS, and then it's gonna bounce back here.
Yep.
By the time Jhin gets back, the wave's gonna be sitting there in front of the turret more than likely, unless Jinx can clear it.
Now, first turret could easily fall topside, and that would get DrMcWeenBean really back into the game. I'm starting over, but
I think he's in the game. I don't think he's.
No, what I'm saying is like it would really accelerate him because, getting first turret gold. That's global gold, very well done, and they have it. I think it'd be very useful to break mid. But emminik has not been able to wail on the turret.
Yep. Well, I think.
Snack. We might see a. He's gonna come back in like 5 seconds, and there he's it. Yeah, he does this. He always loses it for about a 3-second span.
Yep. Every game happens once.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but
looking like Dorski and Zanrick are looking for something. Yep, they see him. He's on turret.
Oh,
okay. It's gonna come out. It's looking like the pillar comes out. Does actually stop him. Comes out. It's looking like that. It's a flash, but it's not gonna be enough. Oh, darkness comes out. It's just for RIPDusty. It doesn't matter. I think they're still gonna be on him. They're still gonna walk it in. Yeah, he gets the stun, and then it's gonna be.
He's tanky as sin. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just they're
just walking by each other.
It might. He does immediately fall, and then RIPDusty's too close. He's gonna get bursted down. Snack the Dipper and Aaron.
Great CC. Oh my goodness. Great
Zanrick's gonna die. DrMcWeenBean still in half health. emminik's there to cover. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Yeah, 1-for-1, not what you wanted. That was a lot of resources expended and a lot of time expended from CCS just to go for 1-for-1. That being said, there is a gold, not lead, not deficit. It's even. It's even, baby. And that's
what we want to see.
RIPDusty's ult for another amount of seconds. Let's say a minute and a half at this point. Or let's say a minute. So that does mean that frees up the lane, every lane from CCS.
Oh man, I love that Nico damage. Oh, they are trying to crack mid. I think a bit preemptive because they're going to be able to pop the
only to get two. It's only going to get 2, and that's still 180 gold for both Dorski and emminik. So that's not bad, but it's they could have used it top lane, crack open, give pressure. And open up the map a little bit top lane. Helps DrMcWeenBean, but, we've seen it time and again. It's just, pop it, don't drop it. I don't disagree totally with the call.
And even the one thing, too, is you can also preemptively put the crab down, like, really far away,
Yeah, and then just
really
walk it in, force a fight.
Yep. And you can even draw more people out there and have your team rotate away. Getting caught by the W. Oh, good juke on the Lux Q there. Definitely needed that. That would have been close to death.
Curtain Call comes out. He misses the first 2 shots. I'm lagging.
I'm lagging too.
He gets last shot. Air 95 ults in the wrong direction. And doesn't matter. It's going to get pulled down. Dorski picks it up. emminik's probably going to die here. He does get slain. Urchin Merchant picks up the kill. wtfami and DrMcWeenBean are fighting in top lane. It's looking like it might be a little late. DrMcWeenBean does have the shield. It's looking one more Q, a little bit more burn, and he gets it.
Gets it.
That being said, 1-for-1 across the map. No, Area 95 did die, but that gives a lot of pressure for CCS. DrMcWeenBean with not having TP up, he cannot be there. It's looking like they're gonna try to coin flip it. Ooh. Oh, blue team slays it. It was miss
Jinx
smoke.
going in, doing a lot of damage now. That's
nearsighted on Nova. He gets the flash away, and it's looking like he's gonna get shot down by Urchin Merchant with a nice snipe with the Jinx rocket.
If
Very
you're
well
coconut
done.
crabs, this is not what you want to see. That Jinx is getting big and Nocturne's getting
and
big.
You don't have the same amount of dive potential as before.
Yep.
This is kind of exactly what we're saying. Like RIPDusty, he's trying to get his lanes ahead.
Yep.
I think bot lane blundered pretty early on. Jinx got early kills for CCS. But that being said, DrMcWeenBean with the solo kill is up 3-1 and the 40 CS and a whole turret. DrMcWeenBean back, still in the game. He's still a big force. It's just the rest of the team can't follow up nearly as well.
Yep. And right now, I think the big thing is if you're coconut crabs, you're going to want to play around wherever the Mordekaiser is. Put him in the lane where he can just continue to get ahead and try to bring Jax into it. Because, yeah, you're behind right now, but you also got like a really tanky setup compared to the side of NA Rams.
Right.
It's kind of
very squishy. They do have a lot of lockdown, and Jax gives a reasonable amount of skirmish potential, but Area 95 is going to get rooted down here. emminik's probably going to have enough time, and Nova picks up the kill on Area 95. Dibber's not able to help, and that's going to be a clean pick.
Yep, that is unfortunate. Clearing some vision and dying for it, but that's what you got to do. You got to see that support walking out and take advantage of the support walking alone. And yeah, everybody's kind of resetting now. Grouping up though in the mid lane. How they should be. Let Yone go alone. Almost gets the Leona E. That could have been a good going button. And
it's
does
a
get the take.
Big fight potential. We're shaping up a 5v5. Yone's on the other side of the map. He does have TP, but he's sidelining. He's doing the job. He's gonna create problems for NA Rams later in the game. And second, Rift Herald's not nearly as important as the first. Jack's movement speed really showing how it's effective in the Morn matchup. You can just dodge all the things just by walking.
Great lockdown there.
Big engage, 5v4. Who is DrMcWeenBean
NA Rams clean this up really
Yep,
hard.
they clean it
Yeah.
up, and DrMcWeenBean is going to be like, okay, our team lost. I'm flashing.
I'm
See you,
flashing
nerds.
away. Yeah.
WTFami gets the flash.
Oh,
Cancels
misses
on,
the auto.
doesn't matter.
Gets it anyways. And that's a
emminik
shutdown
doesn't
to
even
Jax.
hit the turret yet, but they've tried to force a 4v5. emminik could not TP. Nocturne is actually a pretty excellent pick into NA Rams, being that it stops the teleport plays by both DrMcWeenBean and emminik.
Yep.
Rift Herald's going to be pop topside.
Oh, and they're gonna crack this. Probably get good old Shelly to get another attack.
Absolutely.
Next
And
turret. Yep,
they
100%.
might, yeah. And then emminik's just going to try to get some vision out. But emminik, not full ability yet. He doesn't even have Mythic. But he maybe on back he will. Let me check his gold. He has yeah, he's got enough for it. Jinx is a turret taking machine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so
At
2
4, 1, and
turrets
6 too.
Yeah.
Like
or 1 to 6, 116 CS. Very well done.
Yone looking for a flank here. A little preemptive though.
He gets it, but he's gonna be able to get out.
Yep.
Oh my god, and he does.
Barely gets out.
And he dodges
Skin of his
Jinx
teeth.
ult. Urchin Merchant, 1 health. DrMcWeenBean once more. And he's just gonna get kited out here.
Yep. And I think very wise from the side of NA Rams not to continue to pursue. Like just leave, get out of there. No team is really that far ahead right now.
After that team fight, it actually swung it, almost 3k gold, and they're gonna even stretch their advantage way more. So this is actually very good showing. That team fight actually went disastrously from Coconut Crabs, probably allowing them to, Coconut Crabs to maybe lose Drake 3. Not the end of the world, but that being said, Yone does have Mythic and Boots. Huge power spike to what he had before in that fight. Once Yone gets 2 items, it's gonna be a very hard game for CCS or for NA Rams, because they're gonna be constantly having to deal with a diving Yone that's gonna be critting their whole team like over and over and over. And that fight example, like emminik got in and got out. Maybe didn't get the exact play, but now he has damage and the extra survivability from Immortal Shield though. That being said, he does not have Fate Sealed up right here in this fight. Why can't I scroll to the side? Hello? No.
He will have it, I think, before they actually start fighting, because they're not going to go in right now. There's going to be a little bit of time there. But one big thing is Jhin is likely not going to have ult, whereas the entirety of their other team will have their ults up.
Yeah.
So they might want to wait, if they can, kind of stall and poke, and wait for the
go
Jhin
for a
ult.
flank here. They're trying to go for a pincer, and I think DrMcWeenBean's just
Both teams waiting, filling it out.
He's probably pretty scared of potential RIPDusty's ult, but I think he could, if he gets ulted on, he could just take someone to the death realm and just say, "Whoa, I'm killing you." The only person he probably couldn't get on is Jinx with Jinx passive going with.
I love the directed camera right now. It's amazing.
I'm manually using it, to be honest.
Finally, someone does something.
They spawned the big bush.
Yep.
The
goose is
both
cooked.
teams are really
What are
feeling
they
each
gonna
other
do?
out.
Yep.
Started by Urchin Merchant. I think. Okay.
I think that's what
emminik
Urchin
goes
needed to do.
He's gonna get the
Good
2-man
juke.
ult.
Great juke.
Gonna
get locked down though.
And he does get killed though.
Huge
Force
Jhin
Rock
ult,
does not be
though.
able to kill. DrMcWeenBean ults could not kill RIPDusty or an Area
Jinx
95.
gonna be able to get out. Yep, Jinx gonna just
and he
wombo
does.
combo.
Jinx stays alive. DrMcWeenBean doesn't have flash up. Maybe you can go for a flash play, but it's this is dangerous for DrMcWeenBean. And he does get Area 95. He's gonna
big
pop
smack.
shit here, but he doesn't have flash. If he had flash, maybe he could have flash institute Urchin Merchant. But Urchin Merchant 8
Attack speed.
Yeah, get Jinx, absolutely
That
ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
Here comes out emminik.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna try to stop it.
Yep, he's gonna stop it.
Yeah. He's gonna get
Yeah,
that
he's
big
gonna get the
shutdown.
big
And he's
shutdown. Gonna get
potentially
2 of them,
save
I
this
think.
He gets 2.
Yeah, he gets
And
huge.
he's gonna-
1900 gold.
He's
Jeez.
gonna get 1900 gold. He doesn't have TP, but he's gonna get beat down by Jax. Zanrick's gonna
Maybe
be on
not.
here, and he doesn't. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Absolute
Huge
hero
play.
play by emminik.
And they're gonna get a kill on Jax.
Yep.
They're 100% gonna get a kill on Jax.
I'm gonna get the lockdown here. He knocks it back. emminik does pick it up. He picked up 200 gold right there.
He
Huge
picked up
power spike.
over what was that like?
Yeah.
2,100 gold
3K
right
in
there.
Pocket. 3K gold in
Yeah.
pocket. So
And they
that's
get
gonna be
Drake.
enough for IE, and that's gonna be a huge power spike for emminik.
Really
now,
close.
Now
on
NA
the
Rams
steal.
have to worry. Zanrick on Area 95. The 4-shot comes out. DrMcWeenBean on to Snack the Dipper. He's gonna get bursted down. You can't. Not enough damage on Jinx Rocket. I'm glitching.
So close. Same.
RIPDusty's gonna go in.
He's going in. He's gonna get comboed. Nope.
RIPDusty, DrMcWeenBean.
Right into the Nico ult. That's gonna be
Yeah.
huge. That Nico ult is
Zanrick
gigantic.
is forced to flee. This might be
Jinx
a
gonna
cleanup
chase
from
down.
Jinx.
Yep. Jinx is huge. Jeez.
Jinx is huge.
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 This game is what I wanted to see for finals. None of this stomp one-sided, back and forth fights, craziness going on. This is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Fun back and forth.
They did delay Dragon Soul by 1, which does lengthen the game very much. So pretty good for CCS there.
But
That being
here's the
said,
thing.
Jinx is about to Jinx things.
And Jax gets time to scale up, even though Jax is behind. Like,
Right.
that's scary for you lengthening
Jax
the
does
game.
not even have a mythic yet. Kind of odd when you think about it, but he's just there to not die. You know, buy time for his team, get on the priority targets and stun. DrMcWeenBean without flash, this game is a totally different game from last game. He doesn't have the divers to really open it up for him. He's going to be trying to be the one to make space, so I think him and emminik need to go together. Dorski is going to be there to see Zanrick go in on RIPDusty and Area 95, but he might die, and he does
Just
die.
barely.
RIPDusty picks up Zanrick. I
was
think he
good
might have been
push.
able to actually walk away had he not E'd inward, but alas.
I don't know. Like, there's, the little small plays like that could have made a difference. Like, if
Absolutely.
RIPDusty missed his Q, Leona would have got away as well.
Yeah.
So, and Jack's getting collapsed on, but there's not much they're going to be able to do. And then Jinx by herself. Uh-oh. Good kiting, though. Juking stuff. And Lux is there
I
to
think
help out.
DrMcWeenBean could have ulted her and actually just walked her down, but now is going to get locked
Great
down by both
kill.
of them. Yeah, chose to not use Realm of Death and dies for it. Yeah, because it does steal stats, and you possibly could have gotten the. Oh, and that's a kill from emminik onto wtfami.
Yeah.
That being said, it's like isolation damage, and if he already had 3 stacks, he would have had the movement speed to maybe stick onto Urchin Merchant. Maybe not kill, but would have been a better of a chance.
Oh, and one big thing that just happened. Urchin Merchant, the Jinx, is now on IE with Kraken and Runans.
Yeah, huge.
Like, that is,
Three
that is
items,
gigantic.
really huge. Even emminik can't really say that. emminik
Emminik
on 2 items.
On 2 items with boots.
Yeah.
And executioners.
So I think emminik has has the dueling potential in the game. It's just he's needed to open up for the team fights for CCS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And emminik, most farm in game. Actually, never mind. Take that back. Close to most farm in game. Didn't read.
Yep,
But
1 off.
169. Nice.
Nice. Dragon's up in 122. Both teams are kind of looking at it. It's a little early. DrMcWeenBean's gonna have TP in by the time Dragon comes up. It's 45 seconds off.
Oh, I love this. They're gonna maybe catch out Yone. Nope. Okay. Walked a little bit too early.
Yeah.
But I do like them pushing out bot here and grouping up. I think their team as a group right now is gonna do a good bit better. Just because the Jax is behind. If you can get the
and Yone just dies.
Yep.
He stepped up too much, and then he dies. This opens up a lot of the map. DrMcWeenBean doesn't have TP yet. He's just forced to walk very slowly in a very Mordekaiser-like fashion.
Big metal boots.
Yeah.
Planking on the ground, splashing in the water. And Jinx is just going to get so many resets and just take so much
RIPDusty
out of
is
this.
choosing not to go in quite yet, but look at all that damage Urchin Merchant can just do. Can just front line. Nova's forced to flashback. RIPDusty goes golden. DrMcWeenBean tries to peel off.
Urchin
does
dies
GFMI. Urchin
from the
dies to
towers.
Trundle. Nova picks
and Jax
up
is going to go
WTFMI
down. And Nocturne.
and Nocturne.
Wild
Huge
Wild West
swing.
over here.
Huge swing. 3
Yep.
people down for 1. And Drake's up. They could possibly pick up another Drake if they just choose to run there now. Both junglers are dead, but they're choosing not to do it.
Choosing to get Baron.
Kind of. Yeah, they're choosing to just go get Baron instead.
When they're the tank, I would 100% being the tankier team want the additional MR and armor that you'd be getting from this, and not be giving it to the other team that's not as
NA Rams
tanky.
aren't gonna get it either. So maybe they'll just be like, okay, we need the 15. We need the 1,500 gold surplus, right?
Yeah.
We need that in the game, and they don't take it even that slowly. It's looking like 2 members are gonna come up. Dorski's waddling his way. He's doing his best. There's going to be a TP. emminik wants to be there just in case for the fight. And he's like, okay, no. I'm not leaving this up to chance. He takes the...
Oh, good tank from emminik. That was really
emminik's
good.
going to go in on Snack the Dipper. He's rooted, and he dies.
Dies for it. Jeez. So unfortunate.
RIPDusty's going to go into Nova.
line.
He's going to get CC down.
CC.
RIPDusty does still manage to get on him. He's got GA. Dorski forced to flash.
Got the
DrMcWeenBean the only
kill.
one with Baron. He's going to try to walk it away.
Oh, good pillar. Oh, airy. Just hitting the wall. Almost getting it. But yeah, this Jinx is just too big. Like,
Yeah.
it
And this is what I was
protects the
saying
Jinx comp.
before. NA Rams are known for picking one, then picking the other, and then picking the other. Like just doing you guys if you're not fully set up and engaging on NA Rams.
Try the 5v1, 5v1, 5v1.
Yeah. And Urchin Merchant does not care at all. I think DrMcWeenBean does have flash. He could potentially get onto Urchin Merchant. Oh, Yone goes in, whiffs ult, immediately goes back. Just there to zone.
Very smart to go back immediately. Like, you do not want to go in there, especially with the last time.
Yep.
Learning
2
his lesson.
Eliminators down. And it's a 6K, 5.3K gold lead for NA Rams, and they're looking for the 3rd inhibitor. And Jinx is just, she's hyper scaling.
Yep, she is scaled up now. And it looks like they're going to try to maybe collapse, but nope, they have to fall back, especially with Jinx getting the reset.
Who does DrMcWeenBean
Gonna get
ult
ulted.
here? He does get
Gets
the
the
kill on
Jinx.
Jinx. And just
Huge.
Jinx, WTFMI is going to be the next to fall. RIPDusty still full health. Snap the Dipper goes golden. emminik is trying to do his best. Snap the Dipper does fall. WTFMI is the next. The inhibitor still stands. It's going to be a 4-for-1 CCS. Whew. And there's still
Jeez.
life in this team.
Yep. Clawing their way back a little bit. Gold lead shrunk a tiny bit there. Not as big.
Tiny.
Especially
it went from what, 5 to 3?
Something, yeah, around there. Which that's a
2K
good
gold.
clawback, considering the last 2 team fights have been very one-sided.
Absolutely. I think DrMcWeenBean actually has to ult Jinx every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Jinx
just
out
to
of the
keep
fight.
her out of the fight, and just hopefully the CCS can clean up the rest without all of that damage coming from Jinx. It is almost all Jinx. Right?
Even though I think it would be kind of troll, like, I think you just have to get QSS as Jinx right now. Like, just sell that.
No, I think it's
stopwatch,
just you
get
need
it.
to not die. I think QSS is a little better than GA than what she's building towards, but she does have Jinx is going does have stopwatch.
Yep. Well, I think the big thing is if you get the QSS, you can have Mord come in towards you a little bit more into the middle of
bait
the
it out.
team, and then pop it, and then now Mord's in the middle of your team. But
emminik does have Bloodthirster 3 items to Urchin Merchant's 4. This might be a big pincer
big
attack
collapse here.
Yeah, big collapse.
Huge collapse. Uh-oh.
It's lagging. Okay, DrMcWeenBean goes in. Air 95 falls immediately. The backline, Nova's gonna die. DrMcWeenBean picks up Snack the Dipper, and he's gonna try to follow up on WTFMI. emminik is on RIPDusty. RIPDusty is gonna fall, and that's a
It's gonna fall now. This time for sure. I swear. And this, and they don't even lose any turrets. They lose inhibitor, and that actually does.
That was big.
It's big, and swings a lot of K gold a lot closer. With Drake in 2 minutes, you're gonna have 6 supers running it at you every single wave.
2 supers. The bot inhib came up.
Whoa, never mind.
That's a
There's
huge.
one. That's a huge difference. That is
Especially
very huge difference.
the only thing that's unfortunate is that it was your top inhib that just went down, and there's already 2 and gonna be 3 piled up supers.
And so that's going to be on DrMcWeenBean. He's going to have the best take, being the AP threat in the team, maybe emminik.
Yeah.
Nova, not going to be the one to actually probably take it, but, you know, if he's got enough time, he's going to cut it all back.
There's a minute left.
He's got a minute and 15. Most teams are, the next team interaction is probably not going to be until the Dragon fight. Maybe a kerfuffle before then, but...
See, I like this. I like them sending a team up right now. Oh, they all turned around. Never mind. Spoke too soon. I like them going up to try to help clear and push it out, but
maybe they don't want to show quite yet.
Yeah,
DrMcWeenBean needs to be the guy to do it. He is TP up. Nova needs to be with the rest of his team. He's not going to be able to clear it that much. They need to push this out. DrMcWeenBean just has more damage with the AP.
Jin needs to start walking now. Yeah.
37 seconds on Drake. 30 now. DrMcWeenBean does have TP. He's going to use it now.
Going in.
It's looking like they're going for it now. DrMcWeenBean is going to get kited. He's not choosing to pull yet. He's holding pull, and he's just going to die.
Blown up. Yep. I think that's soul right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Although RIPDusty going in a little bit preemptive.
It's 6:45.
Great.
Yeah, I'm
Great
doing
Yone ult. Gonna get, maybe nope, doesn't get RIPDusty. Jin just trying to do some damage. Not really gonna do much to Jack's. Just gonna kind of tickle everybody, and then yep, they're gonna fall back. They're gonna get the Drake. That's gonna be soul. That's really big on a team that doesn't really have a true tank.
Yeah, it's
versus
gonna
a
make
team
them all
that
more
does.
effective in team fighting. WTFami is gonna get a bunch of tank stats.
Yep, but that's more stats for Mord to steal as well.
Absolutely.
So, and yeah, like right now,
That extra shield's gonna add so much beef, and having 12% more armor and magic resist, it's gonna mean a lot.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed with this Nocturne pick.
Yeah, it's really proven very well to get these engages.
Yep, and sorry to Swizzle. There is a delay between because the stream keeps hiccuping differently between all of us. So we are, because of a spectator issue, so we are not able to sync up all of our times perfectly, unfortunately.
Right.
Before we could, but some patch in recent-ish history has broken it.
That being said, you're gonna see it on the stream not too far. Baron is coming up from and ARAMs.
And it's the objective to be up. Unfortunately for them, 2 inhibs are coming back up, so that
emminik is diving into the pit. He's just zoning them off. It regens back to half.
So
That's actually
fast.
pretty good.
Yeah.
emminik still has fate sealed. DrMcWeenBean cannot face tank this. He needs to have fancy feet. That's a lot of cooldowns being used by NARAMs, but they're gonna clear the vision and reset the Baron. Very well done. emminik's trying to go for a flank topside. I think NARAMs need to. It's like we have better stats
just keep
than you.
stalling. Just keep stalling. Look at top lane.
Yeah.
You just keep stalling. Somebody has to leave. You'll know who left. Then you take Baron.
It's looking like they're gonna give. They're like,
Yep.
Yep.
Very wise play there.
They're putting it back down. Dr.
Look at
McWeen
how
has
fast
flash.
it goes away too. Jeez.
Oh, he's gonna get rooted. He's gonna get double rooted. He's gonna get one. He needs to ult right now.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. I think Dr. McWeen's barely gonna beat out WTFM. He's gonna go golden, but the rest he's gonna die. RIPDusty's in the middle of the rest of their team, and
Doesn't
he's gonna
really
get
matter.
resurrected.
Yeah.
But emminik is gonna get 2-man knock-up. He's gonna die as soon as he comes back up. Nova running for his
flashing
life.
way
and this
too
is
late.
gonna be NARAMs game 2.
Guaranteed. There's no way.
Someone queue up that silver scrapes,
Quadra.
baby. We're going to game 3.
Wee woo woo. Wee woo woo. I will not torture people's ears.
No, please, just keep going. Some might even say it's better than the song.
But yeah, I am excited. We're going to game 3, baby.
Yep.
Let's go Urchin Merchant in the chat.
Absolutely.
Let's go NA Rams in the chat.
So
I'm hyped.
okay. Now looking
1-1.
at this, it's 1-1. I don't know. I think Coconut Crabs were trying to be really spicy with that pick ban, and I think it actually bit them in the butt here. Maybe Jin. I'm not quite sure if. I mean, the Jin's fine. I don't think any of the picks were just poor. I just think getting rid of the dive threat onto NA Rams when they don't have a, when Urchin Merchant's the team.
Yep.
It's rough. It's certainly rough.
Yeah, 26-12. A gigantic Jinx.
Yep.
Gigantic.
Absolutely blown up. emminik did try to follow, and I think emminik does beat Jinx in the auto attack off. Potentially, I think. But it just doesn't matter when she's gonna blow up your whole team and you're just left. Looking at the advanced details. It was the Jinx show. Who would have thought?
Would have thought.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, next two in line were Nocturne and Yone. Both had very good games.
I was just notified by the Coconut Crabs team captain, emminik, that I'm not going to be replacing DrMcWeenBean. He's going to stay in because I got a secret message from the guy yesterday. He's like, hey, DrMcWeenBean might need to leave after 7.
Yep.
And we're going to need to fill you in. I'd be like, bet. I would love to play in finals. I tried. Didn't get there. But it's looking like DrMcWeenBean. Now he's going to say, no, I'm winning for this for my team. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this.
And got to shout out the best Lux there is. Airy. Definitely getting a lot of damage. I mean, playing support, doing what? 4th most damage in game.
Yeah.
Over a Mord and Jin. Like, it's a lot of damage. And hold on, I need to check the vision score. Because Zanrick with 110 and Airy with 102. Lots.
Wow.
Lots of vision score.
That being said, I'm going to take a little body break.
Yes, yep. We will
Okie dokie.
get into game 3 in just about.
Wait, Becky, you better be playing Silver Scrapes right now on stream.
Maybe, we'll see. I'll see you guys.
It has to be. I'm sorry.
Alrighty, we are back and live for Game 3 of the finals for Wombo eSports Coconut Crabs versus NA Rams. Love to see a 1-1. Getting on to Game 3. I've got the silver scrapes going on up in the background. But I'm going to go ahead and let Quinson and Risopus take us on into Game 3.
Let's go. I love the wee woo woo from Tyler Durden backing me up on it. But yeah, I'm excited. Game 3. I wanted it to happen. You know, you never want finals to ever just be a 2-0 regardless of which team makes it. You know, you always want the back and forth, the big fight, the two top dogs battling out for number 1. And we'll see what Coconut Crabs can do, because they might be able to pull off the bracket reset, and then we'll be able to see everybody again on Tuesday, if that happens. But it all comes down to one game right now. We will see what they do when we finally get into some bans. I probably should have left the other game so I get invited to the new one. My bad on that.
No problem with that. It's not been started yet. But
Awesome.
what are your thoughts of Game 3? Both teams, probably palms are sweaty. I'm spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
My palms are sweaty for them.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that if I'm emminik there, I've kind of pooped my pants a few times going in. There's definitely a couple of times where emminik went in with the One and just got CC'd to death, and there was not much emminik could do, even with shield bow having that two item power spike that Yone gets. And also I think now there's another champ you have to watch out for on the NA Rams, Nocturne. I think that's a real scary champ there. And I think the big thing for both teams is not necessarily going to be reaction bans, but shake up maybe their ban strategy and the team comps that they played. Because if, say, the Jinx didn't get ahead last game, that game would have been very different. Like, that could have easily been a loss on the side of
NA Rams.
NA Rams.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of team fights where they got completely aced right on up that base. So they're Coconut Crabs, they're putting up a fight. They're holding the door, as one might say from Game of Thrones.
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get ready for draft here pretty soon. Yep, it looks like both teams have been sounded off for L draft.
Sound on.
So we're getting right into it. Coconut Crabs starting on the blue side. They're going to get the first ban.
I think
Probably going to be Soraka. What do you guys think?
I think a very underrated point that we really didn't touch on last game is how little and how much less effect Zanrick had on game 2 compared to game 1. His recon was very mobile and he got multiple setups for his team. His Leona could do the same things. It's just, you know, he got behind in lane, Jinx got ahead, and then he's gonna get blown up.
Yep.
And so
Standard bans coming out though.
yeah, standard bans. I'm not quite sure about the Dr. Mundo ban. I don't know why that's a problem, but whatever. Maybe Urgot, it's finally happened.
Ooh, yes.
He gets
they
it.
left it open.
They left it open. I mean, they have to. And NA Rams are just... And now the Jax counter pick does not work.
Yep.
Does not work anymore. I'm not quite sure what the differences are, like how the matchup actually plays out. I play Jax, but I don't play much Urgot. I haven't played the matchup too often, but it's hard. Urgot just has a lot more beef. Malphite comes out, so that's going to actually really stop Dark Urgot from doing a lot. But so the Jax counter picks out, Malphite's in.
Yep. Nocturne picked up. I like it from last game. It's a sleeper pick.
Yeah, big turbo pick here.
Yep, but Urgod for DrMcWeenBean. That is the signature champ.
Yeah.
For the
looking at
top
it,
lane.
Urgot very favorable, very very favorable matchup out of lane. Once Urgot gets out of lane, it's just the Urgot train.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be able to do a lot more. Like, yeah, Malphite has the AoE team knockup, but Urgot has the AoE the Rammus.
I think that's so good in the Nocturne.
I think it's very good in Nocturne, but it's just going to be so hard to get target access into Urcha Merchant unless he finds a very good flank very often. You know what I'm saying? Like, target access to Urcha Merchant when he's like the guy to kill.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think right now they're probably going to be more worried about their back line getting
so
dove.
Now
Leona.
I'm not quite sure about that Leona pick because it does stymie, or it is maybe a reaction to Maokai, but we've seen Area 95 absolutely do way more work as these casters or enchantresses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Leona has a lot of CC. It's been meta in Worlds since time immemorial, but I think this is absolutely not the play. I think Area 95 really shines when she's on, on champs that can really lock down. Jinx Bang comes down, maybe forcing him back at the Akshan or Jhin.
Yep.
Yon
they're going to get first pick. So, yeah, I was expecting Yon ban.
Okay. So, Nico ban. Okay. What does... Morgana's up, so very possible we can see a Morgana Annie comes out. Okay.
Or Annie, yeah.
Yeah. Annie, Orianna, Morgana, all picks from Snack the Dipper, but Annie comes out.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so this team is Press R the team for Coconut Crabs, I think, have like better mobility, I think, or outplay potential, but Zoe Malzahar. Okay. I think Malzahar is way safer, especially into a team that's if they're all dumping CC at the same time. Malzahar is not actually a spell shield for one single spell. It's actually a spell shield for a set amount of time. I believe it's 0.75 seconds. Now I could be wrong on this. And so that means if you use all of your CC in that time, it doesn't actually go through the middle. So you actually have to stagger time-wise, not cast-wise. Very important. Where is Malzahar? Let me just look it up. That ability. And Lucian coming out from
I love Lucian. One of my favorites. I'm excited because bot lane, there's a good bit of lockdown for Lucian to be able to get some damage in.
Yeah.
With the Maokai.
Certainly.
So I'm excited to see that. But I'm assuming
Vygar bot. Okay, so we're gonna see Everfrost Vygar bot. So scaling definitely goes to NA Rams for sure. And this is gonna be rough. I think NA Rams won this draft. They have a lot of engage. Nocturne, Malphite, Leona. And getting to Vygar and like dueling out Vygar, because it's Coconut Crabs are very short ranged, right? The Rammus, Maokai, Urgot, Malzahar, Lucian, right? They're just super short range. And so Vygar is going to be like that cage effectiveness is going to be way larger in this game than it is going to be in any other game, maybe versus standard control mages a la Syndra, Zoe, LeBlanc, right? Like it's just gonna have so much more utility here, and that's one of the favorite picks from Urcha Merchant. Okay. Oof. I do like NA Rams draft here. I do.
I just think that Doc on Urgot is like such a big pick that like I think he could solo carry games. Like he is that proficient on Urgot.
Yeah.
So
he's absolutely turned games just by the sheer amount of mastery.
Yeah. He's done that on Nasus too.
Yeah, he's done that on Nasus, and this is a very interesting that the last time they played back in Winners Finals, Nasus was a pick ban, and now we're not seeing that.
Yeah. Maybe they're just rethinking the Nasus strategy. Maybe he doesn't like it into their team. Maybe he thinks that Nasus just doesn't have a good way to get in. I
think Nasus would get kited too easily. If all they have to do for ADC is pick Ashe, and Nasus is not nearly as effective.
Yep.
And Ashe, I think, is a very underutilized champion in this league. I think I'm like the only person who's played Ashe in the league in this season so far. I think she's OP, especially into Coconut Crab's team comp. Of again, when I'm talking about like the range disparity here,
NRMs
Yeah.
don't have a great amount of range either. It's just that Vigar is going to have kind of
The
free
zoning
roam.
tool.
Yeah, very big zoning tool. Maokai, it's going to be on Maokai and Rammus to really get onto Vigar, but they have to go through Leona and Annie. That's going to be very, very difficult. And then Malzahar and Lucian are going to have to deal with the other divers, so it's just who's going to be more effective. And NA Rams have easier execution. They have lower barrier to execution with Malphite R, Nocturne R, Annie R. It's all very easy execution. I think there's coming from top lane, DrMcWeenBean has outplay, like he pulls someone in, flashes in to get the multi-man sphere. I think Coconut Crabs have excellent pick potential as well. Malzahar just eats someone and they die.
And they have to stop the disengage tool with the Maokai ult.
I really think this game's all going to come down to bot lane. If CCS can get a significant lead on bot lane, Lucian and Maokai can really bully out Vigar's early levels. They're going to have a lot of time to get the rest of the map, while Vigar stays back to scale up, of course.
Mm-hmm. But even with that said, like Lucian and Maokai kind of have to walk up into the zone of influence for Vigar, and Leona's there to kind of counter engage with the stuns and the CC that Maokai's going to be doing. So if Lucian tries to go up and Leona's like, "Hi, how are you? I'm in your face
how
now."
are you?
Yeah. And if Leona runs Ignite, like, that could be a dead Lucian early game before Lucian kind of gets off the ground.
Absolutely. This might be the last game of Wombo eSports Season 1.
Yeah. Wonderful being able to cast it, if it is.
Yeah.
If
Thank
not,
you for being here. Loving it. I'm loving this energy.
I am excited, though. This is good. I think this game's probably going to be a good back and forth game.
Yeah.
Just because
NA Rams really learned I think much better pick ban. I think the pick ban one, I think, not to say atrocious, but kind of atrocious for NA Rams. I'm surprised we're not seeing another Rakan, to be honest. I don't know why Rakan is, why Maokai isn't the play here versus the Rakan that did so much work. But maybe he doesn't have maybe he's just afraid of being stopped by Vigar and then just getting blown up immediately by Annie and Leona. I don't know the matchup. I don't play support. But, we saw Zanrick do work with that Rakan game 1.
Yeah. And I was thinking maybe Vigar, but, Vigar was last pick. So that wouldn't have really... Although they might have thought that it was Akshan or Vigar, because I'm pretty sure people know that Urchin can play Vigar.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't really know. Maybe they feel like they need them better catch out potential with the roots, being able to at a very long distance just say we're engaging now, or at least splitting the team up a little bit. Because there were quite a few times that last game where even though NA Rams were ahead, they were getting wrapped around on.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's when they got aced.
I think there's better positioning from CCS. It's just Jinx just did an absurd amount of damage.
Yep, and we'll see how everything goes, because even though Vigar is super scaling, infinite scaling, Jinx the progression of damage is a little bit more non-linear.
Right.
So once Jinx gets a kill, all of a sudden it's like, oh, the tempo.
Then the team fight really starts for her.
Yeah. Where Vigar, if you have to burn ult, that's a big tool down for you as a caster. So, I'm interested to see, because hopefully we don't have any big blunders or anything from either team, and it's actually a good, clean.
Yeah, you'd love to see a really good game 3.
Mm-hmm. but we shall see. We're going to be loading up here real soon. I'm actually thinking there is going to be an invade this game. I have that feeling. We haven't really seen one yet, and it is coconut crabs. So I'd be surprised if we don't.
I'm raring for it.
I mean,
I'm
their team's also
absolutely
not
raring.
bad for it. Like,
Lucian has
Maokai,
pretty good
Lucian,
damage level 1.
Rammus as well.
Yeah,
Can
Rammus
start taunt.
It's bold. Urgot level 1 is amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's looking like they are going for 5 point. They are not going together. Darn. You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm. We will see though, because they could mix it up a little bit. emminik walking in from mid lane to the bot brush up, comes back out. Nothing really crazy going on, just kind of 5-point defense. Ward put down by Lucian there in bot just to get vision in case they do tend to wrap down around. Urgot kind of conceding a little bit there in top, but no big deal. Urgot's going to win, so Urgot can kind of go where he wants to right now.
Right. I think Urgot actually is a really rough lane phase. I just think, the effectiveness outside of the lane, and if he gets, like, let's say one good gank on a wtfami, I think he can actually run away with it. They've actually been, I think, Dorski's been kind of, not ignoring, but last game specifically, DrMcWeenBean got some help, but not enough tension you really want him to pop off. But he's on Urgot this time, so maybe he's going to have a little bit more presence.
Well, I also don't think that he's needed the help necessarily.
Well, it's not about
He's
needing
been
the
doing
help.
well.
It's just really get them, really get it started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, starting the red engine early, and, Juggernauts have the ability just to knock someone out of the game. Rain's top laners might have, like, pretty good lane, but, maybe not the turbo kill pressure that all Juggernauts have on certain matchups like tanks.
Yeah. But, this is the Malphite game early.
Yeah.
He just throws Qs at you, gets the comet to hit, and you
there's
just take a lot more
nothing
damage.
you can do.
Yep. Yeah, mid lane. Kind of duking it out even so far. Not really anything crazy going on in any lane. People just kind of poking back and forth.
Yep. Not
feels
much.
like a final
not
game.
much is too much is happening. It's about standard. I think Zanrick's really learned that he really pushed for level 2 this time. So he's not having the kerfuffles, the early first blood. He's not going to give that to Urchin Merchant this time.
Yep. And one thing that I like to see there was Nova getting the Q poke through the wave. Like, that's a really underrated amount of damage that people don't seem to line up.
RIPDusty's top side, WTF probably is showing a little too early. He's like,
Yep.
Unfortunately for DrMcWeenBean, the wave is pushing away from him, and he's down to 2/3 health, now half. DrMcWeenBean does not actually have kill pressure in this lane. The Q is going to make it impossible for him for DrMcWeenBean to push R. But he's gonna be up. He's gonna be up farm. That's how he's gonna play it.
The big thing though is the Malphite is starting to lose mana now. It's starting to get to the point where he's gonna have to start really rationing it.
Absolutely.
So even though he might be getting the poke, Urgot is at full mana.
Absolutely. Yep.
You
Urgot's
go in
at
on
full
that.
mana and can regen up.
Mm-hmm.
They have vision on Dorski. I didn't see any pings come down, so maybe that's all verbal communication.
Yep. Yeah, we will see. But yeah, it looks like RIPDusty gonna be clearing towards bot side. Drake is up in a minute. Oh, he is not clearing. He's going for the other bug. I think that's a good idea.
All right. CS
Go
is about
grab
even, but it's coming up. emminik wants the bug, and his top lane is going to come up to
Nova and
secure it.
Zanrick.
It's like no. We are make sure that RIPDusty cannot get fights early on.
Yep.
He's not going to be able to move into the river, and they don't even lose anything in lane because the lane's pushing back to them. I think excellent play by Coconut Crabs. Good awareness, good rotate. emminik understanding that he doesn't even need to be there. Waste time. He goes back mid. Well done.
I like the adaptation from the previous game so far with them doing that, trying to deny and really help their team with not letting NA Rams get that Nocturne really far ahead, because that's
Right.
one of the things that was the catalyst for Jinx getting really far ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Breaks up. Neither team's actually ready for it.
mhm.
This is weird. This is going to be like kind of a slower dragon take. Cloud Drake is live. It's being pinged. But
Yep.
there's a good, healthy freeze coming bot side. And Dorski's there. So I think he's going to start waddling his way bot side. They need to trim some of this wave so they, don't have potential loss. But Zanrick's going to go in. And he gets the flash on the Urchin Merchant. Urchin Merchant puts on the thing, puts on the cage. The Ignite's not going to be enough. Emminik's going to be here too. But he
needs to walk
flash.
out of the way. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, and Malphite going in, getting a lot of damage.
Yeah. Forcing DrMcWeenBean to back. I don't know how close he is to ult, but it's looking like they're just going to take first dragon. Actually, the least important dragon at this point in the game. The
Yep.
worst dragon for CCS to have. None of them have their ultimates, so it's quite literally useless. Unfortunate, but the best one to have is Ocean Drake. Having all that regen early on means so much more when you can have it for so much longer. Zanrick's gonna look to get onto Urchin Merchant. He does. Urchin Merchant does get a 2-man stun, but they might be able to get something onto Area 95 here. It's just no, they're gonna get a good
A
disengage.
little too tanky.
Yep.
Yeah, and I actually think, even though it was, in quotes, a not so great Drake for their team,
Yeah.
taking away from the team that is Press R, the
Yeah.
team.
No, I think
Nocturne, Malphite.
it's at this point in the game, it's the worst, but obviously puts them one up in Dragon Order.
That's big.
That's pretty big. Really helps them out. Drags
I see
spawn
other
every 5
team.
minutes. At the earliest you can get it is what, 25 minutes?
Yeah,
What, 25, 20 or something like that?
something.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like mid lane was faking the back. All right, now Annie is going to go back, but Malzahar isn't. Mouse is going to be able to push this in really quick.
Oh, 3 more.
Deny some-
Actually, the earliest you can get is probably, what, like 19?
Yeah, I do not know timings well enough.
Well, it's 5 minutes, and
Sadly.
you get the first one on 5, and you just need 3 more, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway. Dr. It's looking like a farm fest everywhere.
I think everybody's too
CCS?
afraid
Yeah,
to make a bad play.
Yeah, it's. I think that's in that style of play. I think is absolutely favoring NA Rams, because all they have to do is just press R, and then all of their game plans just open up now. This time before R is kind of where CCS needs to take all of their advantages and kind of run away with them. And really try to hit them with belt. But Dorski hasn't been able to find these primo picks. Trying to put a lot of pressure onto Urchin Merchant. He's gotten away every time. He has no sums. He's almost going to be 6, though. Nova being 6, Zanrick being 4, let it be known. Again, the directed camera. RIPDusty is looking. He's looking for it. He's hungry.
Yeah, a huge thing. Maokai is 4, not 5. Level 4 still.
Yeah, down
So-
a lot of EXP.
That's a lot. Oh, and unfortunately, there,
They might have actually revealed that RIPDusty.
yeah, with the Relic Shield
Relic Shield
proc.
proc. If they had
Yeah.
the awareness to understand that's how that goes. All right, Dorski might go onto onto WTFami. Chooses not
Yep.
to. DrMcWeenBean used
Doc's
his
not
cooldown.
there.
Not there. I'm surprised that maybe nothing's going on. He could,
Mm-hmm.
if he chose to flash, maybe put down the Fear Beyond Death. It could have been potentially played. WTFami is at half health.
Yeah.
And he I think, you're right. Most teams are playing scared.
Yep. Speaking of playing scared, they're going in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Gonna get the kill onto
Right.
Leona, and then
Urchin
Oh.
Merchant.
barely gonna die here.
He's
Oh, he's
still alive.
he's gonna juke.
Yeah, he's gonna juke.
He could.
He wants
could,
it.
Nope. He's gonna go down.
Zanrick's
but-
gonna have the what's it called? Twisted Advance, and now it's gonna be Nocturne ult top. It's gonna be a disengaged ult. DrMcWeenBean's at half
good,
health. He's not gonna be able to fight this. WTFami wants to use Unstoppable Force.
Yeah, but that Nocturne ult made Zanrick playing Maokai back off a little bit there because they didn't know where Nocturne necessarily was.
Right.
Or didn't communicate it. So it was I need to back up because I don't know what's going on.
emminik does have ult. He's just what's it called? Nethergrasp? Nethergrasp, yes.
Yep.
But I think this is kind of a bold move by CCS, knowing that there's
Dorski's gonna go down.
Force goes down. emminik is gonna have to force
after the flash.
Gonna have to force the flash over, but the ignite goes over. Doesn't matter. RIPDusty picks up a kill, and Snack the Dipper picks up the other. 2 for 0, and it's just gonna be DrMcWeenBean. Maybe he can make a hero play, but he's gonna need to get on Snack the Dipper to get the execute to maybe to get the fear onto the rest of the people. But it's looking like it's just him versus the world. He has flash. He has ult. Is he gonna choose to do anything here?
Snack playing very wise here, trying to body block.
Play on the other side.
Yep.
DrMcWeenBean's trying to force something else out, but it's looking like he can't get anything. He's gonna try to trade Scuttle Crab, use a cooldown, but it might be smote away by RIPDusty. He doesn't even get it either. And Rift Herald and Rift Scuttle go down to CCS at 1040. Or NA ramps.
That was a flash forward by Nova getting the kill.
DrMcWeenBean's definitely going to get a kill here. He just needs to, and he does get the solo kill. He finally pulls the trigger. He says, Malphite, you're at half health. You can't come out to me because... Oh, it's gonna be a good invade from Nova and Zanrick to pick out the Leona, and the Urchin Merchant did die before. I didn't see it. Looking too much at top lane. There's so much going on in this game.
Yep.
Drake 2's coming alive.
Yep, Urchin falling behind a little bit here. Nova doing pretty good at getting ahead now with the help of Maokai. So that Lucian is going to be doing a lot of damage here real soon.
DrMcWeenBean TP. So he's not going to have it up. It's Darkness comes out. Then it's going to be TP. And it's looking like Nova might have to... Rammus does get the dragon, and they're trading back kill for kill. So it's 1 for 2, but they do get the dragon. So turns out all things kosher for Team CCS. I think that was a great response by NARMs, but they must have missed smote. There must have been a slight... I didn't see how low it got.
I don't think he had it up.
Yeah.
I think he went in early.
Yep, maybe he didn't have it from last fight because of 90 seconds, and he went straight from one to the other. DrMcWeenBean's trying to get his turret, and now
that real close.
He's not gonna try to int away his kill or his lean. He's gonna say, "I have double this UCS, and I have 4 solo plates. I am rich." And I believe he's going pickaxe phage. What does that build into?
Does it build into stride?
No, hole breaker. He's going hole breaker. Okay,
immediately.
So this is actually very interesting. Bot lane plane coming out. Zanrick is trying to... No, he doesn't want to. That's very interesting because that means I'm committing to staying in the side lane. You cannot catch me TPing. I'm going to be alone, and you're not going to be able to kill me. I'm going to have... since Hullbreaker gives 20 MR and armor at level 9, it's going to scale up. I think it goes up to 60 at level 18. And so he's going to say, no, I'm going to be the side lane threat. I'm going to stay in the side lanes. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. DrMcWeenBean's going to go on wtfami. It's just not going to do that much damage, but he's got all those resistances. wtfami just takes the trade. He's down at half health. Another one whole rotation from DrMcWeenBean and wtfmi is going to probably force out the Unstoppable Force or kill onto the DFMI.
Yep.
Snack the Dipper's back. It doesn't worry. No one worry, guys. Snack the Dipper is never leaving us. He's never leaving us.
Malphite has to watch here. That ult is, or that turret's gonna go down, and then ult's gonna be following suit.
Yeah.
Okay, he backs
Dusty's going to go for lane gate. Dorski's here for the counter gate. They're walking up. It's looking like Maokai's gonna get actually on the back line of Urchin Merchant, but Dorski and Nova are not gonna be able to get over there. Urchin Merchant does kill Nova,
gonna go down, though.
but he does go down. So RIPDusty and Dorski onto trying to kill. Sorry, RIPDusty versus Dorski right now, and I think he just wins it, and he does. Okay, a 2 for 3 in the bot lane, and WTF might get the might lose. No, he barely stays above the threshold. Does not die. Mid lane, still a farm fest. Nothing's really happening. But DrMcWeenBean is forcing wtfami to back again, and he's gonna get this turret to half health because the tier 2 turrets have less armor and MR.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, and forcing 2 members of NA Rams to come and check.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you have to. Like,
Absolutely.
what do you do against Urgot right now? Because you don't have an answer.
You need to pull RIPDusty top to get the red smite on him. Potentially, that is what you're gonna have to do. But RIPDusty is trying to get his bot lane ahead. Merchant actually already 3 deaths, and I think those kills definitely feeding up Nova's and Zanrick's pockets.
Oh yeah, and that's been the thing is, in that last kerfuffle in bot lane, Zanrick did exclusively all the damage to Merchant and got the kill. Like that was a one. That was a.
Oh, that's a flash nethergrass from emminik. Get Snack the Dipper. It's looking like emminik is not gonna get pulled down because of Mouseheart passive. RIPDusty is gonna ult to get onto Nova. Area 95's on the chase. Zanrick's gonna try to get the disengage. DrMcWeenBean's here. He says, I don't need anything. I'm just gonna blow up people. I don't need stats right now. I might be losing stats because I'm next to my friends, but Nova is gonna try to go for it. Does not get the kill into Merchant, and they're gonna get the disengage, and it's gonna be a 2 for 2 here in the mid lane, and that sets up Mountain Drake in 42 seconds. Dorski's here. DrMcWeenBean's here. Forcing other teams to fight. That means CCS has the vision advantage, maybe to get some vision out. Choosing not to get it. DrMcWeenBean see if you can get a pick here. That's what I would do. Maybe wait for a pick. He does have Fear Beyond Death online. Chooses to go bot lane. Say no. I have Hullbreaker. I can do this too. Paranoia is down for another 30-ish seconds. Titanic Hydra or Tiamat already built on DrMcWeenBean. He's gonna have crazy wave clear. emminik, Dorski are looking on the top side of the Dragon Pit. Nova's far. If they do choose to engage, they are down 1.
They don't know that though on the side of NA Rams just yet. They don't know where he's at.
Oh, they're just gonna start the dragon. emminik is over there. He's gonna say no. You have only armor. Zanrick is just gonna get out of there.
It's gonna
He's gonna. That's a flash. Snack the Dipper went for the flash.
Oh, huge y'all.
RIPDusty did slay Dorski. Does get the dragon. RIPDusty falls to DrMcWeenBean, and it's gonna be a rout. Double kill goes to Nova, but he's gonna fall. DrMcWeenBean's low. He can't fight anymore. 3 for 2, and they get dragon. A great play by NA Rams. Just a little late. That they expended flash, I believe. Snack the Dipper expended flash for that one, and Merchant. Oh no, he's good.
Yep, I do agree with Elemental Lux saying CCS on the timer here. Once NA Rams team scales, it's GG. They're keeping in the game. They're only 2k gold down. It is a lot of gold, but that's a lot of that's on Lucian, and Lucian, he isn't insane late game, especially against somebody who's like probably gonna
Lucian is
2 teams
a mid game powerhouse for sure. Not a hyperscaler, a la Jinx, Vayne, Ashe.
Yep. Well, and also Leo is probably going to be building Thornmail at some point, and Malphite already has Bramble Vest. So, there's not a lot you're going to be able to do against those two. And if they just decide, screw you, we're going to auto-attack you, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Zanrick is going to throw down Maokai ult. Dorski is going to go in, try to get onto Merchant. He's not going to get locked down. RIPDusty going to get blown up by Nova. Nova's going to try to go in. DrMcWeenBean does get the Fear Beyond Death. Suppression goes on to Snack the Dipper. Merchant is the only one left alive. Maokai gets on him with Twisted Advance, and DrMcWeenBean does pick up the kill. That is going to be a ace here at the second Rift Herald. 19 minutes. Amazing play. Amazing usage of abilities. And it's just going to be a 5 for 1. They lose Rift Herald, but it doesn't matter. They can't pick it up. I don't know why they're staying here. None of them are alive. Just leave. I don't think they're going to TP for it. But amazing team fight. DrMcWeenBean doesn't matter. I don't care that I'm wasting stats with Hullbreaker. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm
I
better.
mean-
I'm just gonna get in the team fight.
Yeah, like I think that initially in that fight before the TP came down from emminik,
Oh my god,
they
I'm
were
so far
pushing their
behind.
luck.
Oh my.
Huh?
I was so far behind in the fight. I was like
Uh-oh.
off. Yeah. I was too busy casting to press the button, I guess.
We aren't good. The big difference maker there, I think, was the emminik TP coming in right at the time everybody went
Oh,
in.
Maokai's gonna get locked down here.
Yep.
Aaron 95, the cage is out, but it's, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have anything to do, and he does get picked by Urchin Merchant.
Man, that was good stack on the CC, not everybody burning it. Leona waiting a while to hit Q, which very, very smart.
Yeah.
And it looks like Rammus, nope, good counter ult there.
Baiting
just
out.
to prevent.
Baiting out the ult from RIPDusty. RIPDusty does not have paranoia for a while. DrMcWeenBean is the top side of the map. He's saying, no. I'm going to be here, and you're going to have to answer me. I'm surprised he's not going bot with TP up. He can get that tier 1 bot turret easier. But he's choosing to say, no. Oh, he has a Rift Herald. Wait, I didn't get it. Oh,
Yeah, they
maybe
picked it up.
Roblox.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I made a mistake earlier.
Yeah, by the time
Yeah.
everyone in NA Rams died, the Rift was still up. So
Yeah. DrMcWeenBean's kind of scared to put it down. He's waiting for like an opportune moment because Drake's up in 58 seconds. If he could just stay there and pressure 58 seconds with Rift Herald, he can break into base.
Oh, he could
It's
he
just
could get to the
choosing to
point
do
of
it now.
hit turrets.
Yeah.
If you'd wait for Malphite to TP.
Oh, but there's a fight going on. Dorski is going to get caught out here. Snack the Dipper is going to not be able to lock him down. Zammer's going to go in. They're just trying to get as much time. emminik's Nether Grab hasn't been used yet. He's on the back. Nether Grab is going to go down. He's going to take care of Air 95, but he's going to get blown up immediately by Snack the Dipper. RIPDusty's on the flee. Does get knocked down by Nova. Nova picks up Urchin Merchant. Snack the Dipper's the only one left. And unstoppable DrMcWeenBean top lane. He's going to get it. And this is looking like a 4v5 team fight. Or sorry, 4v4 team fight that was played well. Only one death with emminik. And they're going to pick up Dragon and Inhibitor. Potentially one Nexus turret. But DrMcWeenBean's going to play it back. DrMcWeenBean's playing his job correctly. He says, I'm unkillable. You need to send more than just one. And that kind of breaks up wtfami's general game plan of like, all right, I'm going to stop you from getting objectives and then TP there, TP to the objective to say, no, I'm going to team fight. We're going to win the team fight. And you're going to also not get anything off of it. But this way, this is a good adaptation because the Hull Breaker and Titanic Hydra makes it so that he's going to be pushing faster and harder than any other person that he's ever laned against in this league.
Yep, and really, there's not much the side of NA Rams right now is going to be able to do against Urgot split pushing.
Right. They need to send
Like-
they need to send Urchin Merchant because he's going to have only one of the amount of burst. Just dump a potential to kill him. And, that's not even saying if Urgot gets Spirit Visage, right?
Yeah. Well, and he does have part of it right now. I don't know. He has the Caulfield's Warhammer though, but he does have Kindle Gem.
He's Kindle Gem and Caulfield's Warhammer. Those both build into Black Cleaver. I think he's just going to say, WTFMI, Area 95, I'm going to shred you. And there's not much you can do about it. DrMcWeenBean is on the same side of the map as 3, but not the damage dealers that he needs. I think he can actually turn this or kill one. He's going to say,
they're
let me
turning
get the
back
turret.
again.
All right, the turret's dead. Oh, and he's going to get locked down. I can't see the health bar. He gets the flash onto Snack the Dipper. Snack the Dipper's going to get pulled in. He has Conquer. He's going to get the Triumph Rock. He could potentially get Area 95. He does not. The 1,000 gold shutdown goes to Area 95. The worst possible outcome you could have for there. Not even go to WTFMI. They had to send 3 bot lane. 1 dies. There's 2 supers on the on Nexus turrets, and Coconut Crabs are on Nexus Baron. Wow, there's so much going on.
And yeah, I don't think there's anything NA Rams can do about the Baron right now because it's just a suicide mission to steal. And I think the game's too much on a teeter-totter to really just throw away a kill for one little whiff of a hope. Especially with a lot of CC that was around the Baron. Like Mouse has ult. There's Maokai lockdown. There's Rammus lockdown. You have to perfectly time it so you get in there right as you need to smite to steal it.
Absolutely.
With no vision, mind you.
Right, and that means Nocturne can't ult on anyone to get in.
Yep.
Black Cleaver finished. That's a potential 30 armor reduction off of the perfect item into Malphite. Looking at the gold here, DrMcWeenBean has the most, followed by Nova, second most. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Nova in second most. RIPDusty following up third here in this game. emminik might be caught out. Oh no, I need a Mash Plus. All right, Mash Plus.
Everything is all okay.
Okay.
2 minutes before the Drake. People are kind of doing the Drake dance.
Yeah, and it's not time. I want to let it be known that we haven't talked about Zanrick too much this game. A lot of the zoning is because of Maokai saplings. It's like, no, I'm gonna put these saplings down in these bushes. I have mini wards. I just have more ward coverage than you do.
Yep.
I know when you're coming. I know when you're advancing because I just have little minions to do my bidding for me. And so that really allows his the vision game to really be put in CCS favor. DrMcWeenBean's gonna be pushing up bot side. They have to deal with supers top side. Not too much a deal. Urchin can clear that out ASAP. DrMcWeenBean's here. He might be able to get it. They step over a ward. Area 95 flashes in for the E, but I don't know where he's going to go. He's going to get dumped on. He's not even half health. He's still at... Okay, now he's at half health. He gets the shield. He's going to go down. He does drop to RIPDusty. Dorski's trying. He's going to get RIPDusty down. Nethergrass goes onto Urchin Merchant. Urchin Merchant dies to Nethergrass. Area 95's on the backside, not doing anything. emminik picks up Nova picks up Snack the Dipper and Area 95 route on the side in favor of CCS, and looking like that might be game. emminik's gonna go for Rambo's gonna go for it. He's gonna immediately go golden. wtfami is gonna say no, I know exactly what you're gonna do. I'm gonna shut you down. I'm sorry, you could have done that better. Stopping the potential end of the game. I think they're gonna go for they're gonna try to go for inhib down now that Unstoppable Force is not it is currently on cooldown. It's not up. The inhibitor top goes down, but they're gonna break mid inhib. RIPDusty's there. Does not have Paranoia yet, but I don't think they have perfect knowledge on cooldowns that we do. DrMcWeenBean's here for Dragon. Dragon doesn't even spawn yet, but it's looking like they're gonna retreat to it. DrMcWeenBean's gonna be here to burst it down. Dorski's here. It's gonna be on Nova and Zanrick to stall out RIPDusty.
Oh, forces the flash out on Maokai.
Nova they don't have the vision, and it's gonna be Soul, and RIPDusty and NA Rams are on the disengage.
And
I don't think they can.
Soul. Cool.
Yeah, that's Mount Soul. Very huge, extremely impactful for DrMcWeenBean. He's going full tank. He's actually finally building his mythic. His mythic is going to be Frostfire Gauntlet, which is going to give him 3 units of the mythic passive all at once. So he's not going to just get the item passive.
Big spike. Yeah,
he's going to get a huge spike. That being said, DrMcWeenBean is going to get stunned out. There's 3 top. He's tanky. He's just so tanky. And he doesn't. Yeah, and he's trying to do the best he can. Yeah, and he doesn't get the pull in. He does. Oh, it got canceled. emminik just couldn't get there in time, and it actually takes 3 people consecutively on him all the time to bring him down. And once he gets Spirit Visage, that's going to be changing, because all of that damage is going to be mitigated, and he's going to have more healing from Conqueror, and most of the damage from NAs. Good flash by RIPDusty. I agree. But most of the damage from NA Rams is magic. One Spirit Visage, it's going to be all good.
Yep. Yeah, this game is looking like it's a Coconut Crabs game, like it was in game 1, where NA Rams are just struggling a lot. Not really being able to get anywhere with anything they're doing. And
RIPDusty and Area 95 are on emminik. emminik has nothing. He's gonna not even go golden. He's gonna say, all right, you got me. I'm gonna get my spawn timer as fast as possible. I'm gonna be up. They don't get much off that. I don't believe that even was a shutdown.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff you need to start doing, though, if you're NA Rams.
They have to be proactive plays.
Yep.
And with RIPDusty having Paranoia on a 67-second cooldown, he needs to be doing that as
it comes off.
As Nocturne's going to fall off. His scaling is not the greatest. Sorry about that.
Well, even with that said, you got Vygar to transition into the late game scaling and Annie for the lockdown as well.
Right.
So, Nocturne was kind of the transitional champ in this for them.
Right. Counterpoint, there's only 2 completed items for Urchin Merchant here at 30 minutes. DrMcWeenBean's sitting at 4. Annie's got Mythic. I forget what the Mythic passive is. 100 health. He's gained 300 health and 18% size. And Urgot's already a beefy big boy. So what does Urgot choose to do? He doesn't have TP up. I think he can be here just for the team fight. Both teams are being very scared because one ace could potentially lose the game. And I don't believe we've actually noticed this, but there's 0 turrets down for NA Rams. They have taken 0 turrets.
And then
that's actually
mid lane.
Yeah.
Malphite has to go back here.
Yeah. Malphite has to go back. It's actually focusing the wrong turret. Unfortunate for CCS, but they're going to start Baron here. I'm going to mash plus. They're going to disengage. emminik taking too much damage. That might be a back. If they can get vision on RIPDusty to get it, see if he backs. Oh, they cancel the back. They know exactly where a few members of them are. No one has TP up, I believe. DrMcWeenBean's going to have it in 1 second. emminik has it. Potential backdoor play could happen, but it's choosing. They're just going to go for Baron. They're pushing and pulling the NA Rams back and forth. Snack the Dipper is going to try, gets the ward coverage down, and red team steals the dragon. He dies for
big steal.
And it gets
great steal.
There's 2 people die for that. That actually might still be game. They can force a 5-man team fight. Goes right there. wtfami cannot actually kill the person who's TPing this time. Not like he could before. It's looking like it's gonna be respawning soon. They have to keep that in account. DrMcWeenBean's gonna be. I think he's too close to teammates to get the whole breaker passive, but he's gonna be melting it anyway. Inhib comes down. Unstoppable Force comes out. DrMcWeenBean's here.
Great ults.
Urchin Merchant goes golden. It's gonna be Urchin Merchant Air 95 versus the world, and he's staying CC. He's staying alive, and he stays alive. He still has enough. It's the Nexus is the only thing standing, and Fear, whatever Urgot's ult is called, I forget. I checked it 3 times. Snipes out.
Fear
Urchin
beyond
Merchant.
death.
Fear beyond death, and that is it. The brackets reset. We'll be seeing y'all on Tuesday for grand finals. Grand finals. Bracket reset. NA Rams, Coconut Crabs, Wowie, Kablowie.
Yep. Very good games. Very entertaining.
My heart.
And shortly we'll be joined by some of the players on each team.
Intense.
Well, Windstone takes a little bit of a break for a second. Scaring the liquids out of them. Too exciting. Very good games. So as people start popping in here, if you guys have any questions in the chat, please let us know. We will be asking them. So please get your questions in now so we can ask both teams. But welcome everybody. Very, very good games for finals. And exciting to see the bracket reset. So you two get to square up again on Tuesday, I believe, at 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. And I think we're probably good, right? Or do you think anybody else will be popping in?
I think their whole team's in here, and everyone from ours that's going to be easy.
We're good to go.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Alright, so let's start off with the pick and ban. So I will get to the Enthroned question here in a little bit whenever we get to Game 3 questions. Thank you for the question. But start off with pick and bans from the first game. So NA Rams.
I'm back.
Saw that you banned Vex first game. What was some of the thought process behind that instead of taking away the Fizz?
Max said he was kind of all right into it, but I think the team kind of disagreed. We'd rather take away the Vex and the Fizz.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen before on Vex that she can kind of like carry the team, just get kill after kill after kill. But unfortunately for you guys in that first game, it seemed like the pick bans did go very well in the favor of the coconut crabs. And emminik, if you'd speak a little bit to that, what was your game plan going into game one for pick bans?
So previous strategies against NA Rams were to focus Dusty, and this time we decided to change things up and get ourselves better lane specific situations. Which meant we wanted to get rid of comfort on Airy and take away whatever could force top lane to be neutral, which was Mundo. So if we had at least neutral, if not positive matchups in both side lanes, we felt pretty good about that situation. So Soraka, Lux, and Mundo on blue side to try to get the Vi through. We saw that Dusty has been practicing a Vi and playing a Vi, and we didn't want to see that, so we knew we had to ban it on red side, but on blue side we were going to try to force them to do that as well. And then yeah, they decided to ban Vex over Fizz, so I took the Fizz just because Vagar, Orianna, Nico, and kind of Annie all have pretty poor matchups into Fizz. So I figured any of Snack the Dipper's best champs, I'd have a pretty good shot at taking over that game. And then we were thinking Zyrakan when we got to the bot lane, but we decided the Varus was going to be safer because Rakan was going to roam a ton. And then Mordekaiser was just like the best like juggernaut available to us at that point, and we knew we wanted one into whatever was going to be topside. So that was game one.
Yeah, it ended up working out pretty well in your favor for game one. And as the game went on for NA Rams, what was the idea of trying to adapt to the fact that Mordekaiser was starting to get ahead a little bit? Mord was getting really big in side lanes that you couldn't really necessarily 1v1 him anymore. And that emminik on Fizz was starting to be able to dive the back line and put up a lot of a fight that you guys wanted to kind of front to back, it seemed, based off of your team comp. Like what was kind of going through your heads during that first game?
I can't really speak for the rest of the team because I was always in the death realm. And I entered the very first fight we had a dragon because I used R early on Mord, and then he death realmed me, which steals it back basically.
Yep.
But
And then some, because it only steals
exactly.
armor and MR, right? Whereas Mordekaiser does armor, MR, APAD, and attack speed, I think, and health.
I really entered it there because that made him win the 1v1 obviously in death realm because it's Mord. But yeah, for the rest of it, I was kind of in the death realm, so I can't really speak for the rest of the team. I think in draft, I also entered us by not picking Annie and leaving. I mean, even if they would have banned Trundle, like have other stuff I could have played, I should have just picked the Annie into the Fizz. But hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. You know, looking back, game one was rough for the NA Rams, did pretty well for Coconut Crabs, but game two, turning the leaf, grass is always greener mentality. So what went into game two coming out for NA Rams? You guys came off of it, felt like, pretty hard loss. Probably morale wasn't the best. What was the game plan in the game two there? What were the big things you guys didn't want to see and what you wanted to change about your team comp?
I mean, as far as morale, everyone always says reset mental after a loss, especially. But we were thinking there was possibility that we'd pick Vi right off the bat, but they banned it. And I was thinking, I guess, since I picked it, but Erica also wanted Lux, and I don't think Snack plays it, but there's a possibility we could swap it. And then they went Jhin Trundle, and I wasn't really looking to play for the matchup for jungle, and I suggested I could go Nocturne, Nunu, or Hecarim. And either way, I would just try to spam gank Nocturne after 6, obviously. And Urgent wanted his Jinx, which he played pretty well on. And then Nico obviously got blind picked into Yone. And then Devin wanted to play Jax into the Mord, and honestly, I think he played that pretty decently.
There was an excellent solo kill early on. Props to WTFMI.
Yeah, and with all that, we got the insight from NARs, but Coconut Crabs, what was the game plan going into game 2 for pick bans? Because you just came off a win, probably feeling pretty good. What did you want to do in game 2?
We had a really clear plan for blue side and a kind of clear plan for red side that did not end up panning out. We were expecting some sort of a hyper tank out of WTFMI in the top lane, so we thought taking Trundle early would have like a guaranteed ult target and be really safe and strong. And the Jax pick was brilliant. That was a nice little shake up, and it meant that Trundle wasn't ever going to be as strong as he could be if there was a tank over there. The Nocturne also was a bit of a mix-up. We were expecting an Olaf. And we knew we had to deal with Ares Lux at some point, especially if we wanted to take Vi out of the opportunity, or out of take the Vi away from Dusty. So we were ready for Lux. Jinx was a great counter to Jhin, and we kind of let ourselves get countered jungle a little bit, but the Nocturne was a great pick too. So yeah, we were hoping that we'd get a hyper tank for Trundle and then a slightly better matchup for the Jhin, but such is life.
Yep. And after getting into the game, one of the first things that happened was Jinx kind of got ahead. Was that a fear for you guys on Coconut Crabs that, the hyper scaling ADC is got a kill,
I mean,
starting to ramp up?
yes, but it's also Urchin Merchant. He's just that good. Like we could play excellently at our best any game, and he's still gonna get kills. So like the mental of this team is rock solid. So it was nerve wracking, yeah, and like eventually it just took over, and we had to reset and go next. But like I really gotta just give it to the Crabs for sticking that one out. It was a tough start. We almost turned it around.
Yeah, and there was quite a few fights there where, especially around, I forget what minute mark, but it was when NA Rams were fighting around the inhibitor. They wanted to get that inhib so bad that you guys were able to turn a fight. Was that something that, everybody was communicating before that happened? That you guys were like, oh, now's our chance to actually get a good fight, even though...
Oh hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think I died during that, and I remember like looking at a gray screen and just being like, if they die here we Baron, if they die here we Baron. So that was an opportunity. Yeah, we almost made it, but they had a really great comp and executed excellently on it in game 2. So you just got to keep props and go reset, go next.
Yep. And speaking of resetting, going next, question that was asked in chat for game 3. Why did Dorski pick Rammus, and what was the psychology behind picking the bowling ball?
So yeah, Rammus into Nocturne and any ADC is going to have a ton of value. And so as soon as we saw the Nocturne come out in game 2, we were ready to deal with whatever was going to be mid and support and just take the Rammus, because Rammus into jungle and ADC, you have a great hard counter with armor. We weren't going to take it unless we saw Nocturne, but they took Nocturne early, so we were comfy with it. And they also had to ban Vi to keep it from us on blue side, which meant we got the Urgot too. So
Yep. And speaking of snagging things out from people, saw the Leona pick from NA Rams. Was that premeditated, or was that kind of oh, they left it open because we saw the Maokai? How did that go?
If I remember correctly, I think both Ari and Arjun were calling for it, right?
Calling for what?
For the Leona pick. Or I think we were just talking about it, but because the other, what was it, Soraka and Lux got banned?
Yeah.
And it's a champ that already has some decent mastery and skill on.
Yep. And to round out for the draft, it looks like you were focusing a lot on mid lane. Were you really just trying to focus down emminik and then let Nova play on whatever, or were there just those champs were ones you just didn't want to see against your team comp?
I think we for sure didn't want the Vex, and then Nova would be able to play both the Lucian and Tristana into the Viger, which both are pretty decent. So I think we just tried to get emminik on a little less comfort than his 3 that he's been playing mostly.
Yeah. And Quinlan or Quinstone, do you have any big things for game 3 you want to talk about? Throw something over to you.
Game 3. I do want to ask DrMcWeenBean about the Hullbreaker pick and going mythic 5th, or it was like 5th item or 4th item. If you could just like run me through that.
Sure. Their 5v5 is better than ours, just straight up, kind of. So we were like, all right, well, I'm gonna split. And Russian Hullbreaker is the Malphite lane sucks, and in short,
Right.
it sucks for our guy because he can poke you with Qs, and he's gonna level up and always have enough mana to throw a Q basically. So it's really rough early, and Devin was playing it super well. So I wanted to rush Hullbreaker for the lane stats, and also because late game, even though later in the game I was like 6-0 or something, and then I got picked like 3 times in a row, we were still getting stuff off of me getting picked.
It took 3 people consistently to kill you, and one of them being Urchin Merchant.
Right. So that's why we were like, and I was talking with my team too. We were all like, yeah, okay, we can go Hullbreaker here, just sit me in a side lane with TP, and no one can really deal with me. They're gonna have to send multiple, because we didn't want to straight up 5v5 them with even gold, because Vigard and Leona and Nocturne, it was gonna get a little hairy in there for our team fight. But yeah, no mythic is really good on Urgot. They all kind of suck. So it doesn't. You rush Titanic Hydra, rush Black Cleaver, and if you want to go Hullbreaker, you do that first and then second and third. So I actually went Frostfire 4th item.
So I guess my next question, actually, I can that can be for later. But I got nothing else for game 3.
Man.
It was a wonderful game to watch.
Oh yeah.
The second 2 games, very, very, very exciting. Really, really love watching it. But that's it. I think we roll right into MVPs for both teams.
Hold on.
Right? No.
I want to get some important things to go over real quick. Some important points to pull from the games before I go to MVPs. Just to give some honorable mention, so to speak, to Ari, wtfami, emminik, and Doc for consistently getting the same champs banned against them every single game and still having a lot of impact in the games and still performing very well. And just wanted to give them big shout outs before we hop into MVPs. So
thank you.
But,
My mic's not loud enough. I was trying to golf clap into the mic.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, very, very, very well done. But with that, I think we can go into MVPs, unless barring any more questions.
Yeah, I think we are good. If we would like to have NA Rams, if you would like to do MVPs for both you and the opposing team, Coconut Crabs.
I might just have to do it by game.
Whatever you do or whatever you think is best.
I think
You
by
do you.
game 1, I'll probably have to give it to emminik and Doc, as both of them were forces to be reckoned with. And game number 2, I think I would. I don't really know. I would probably have to give it to emminik again. And then in game 3, I mean, Doc was definitely carrying in that one.
Yep. And if we would shift over to coconut crabs, emminik, would you
For sure.
take us away?
Yeah. Game 1, definitely. Where's my Ying Dong? Okay. Yeah, game 1, I'm gonna give it to probably either Airy or wtfami, just for covering Jin so well. Getting to him was really difficult in that game, so I'll give it to you two for sure. Game 2, definitely the Urchin Merchant Jinx show was a big deal, as well as Dusty's Nocturne. That was savagery. So you two for game 2. And then game 3, game 3 was tough. They were all playing really clean together. Like by the time we got to game 3, they were roaming and like clumped as 5 and playing really clean as a team, just because team fighting was how they win. That was a really good team fight comp. So I mean, I got to give it to one person, so I'll say Nocturne in game 3, Dusty for sure.
Wonderful, excellent. I love to hear it. I think I can agree with pretty much every one of those picks. But I have been told by Birdie my ear that we have now tabulated the votes for the All-Star cast here, and so I get to announce it. So for top lane, the top 2 top laners for the All-Star game will be DrMcWeenBean with 47 points. Quinstone with 37 points, and in reserve, Achievements 21, 29 points. Jungle, it's going to be RIPDusty with 57 points. Phantom Gamer with 36, and reserve, Dorski with 21. emminik, mid, emminik, Yogurt, and on reserve would be Love Diva and Pretty Boy Dan. Tied for third, actually. ADC is going to be Urchin Merchant, Xeonomore, and reserve is going to be Nova. Support is going to be Zanrick, Area 95, and in reserve, So HXC. And so obviously we all understand that preseason's coming literally next week. So we're probably just going to do it in preseason. We're just going to have a bang up game about it. So the teams will be decided later, and we're looking forward to it. But after the season, it's going to be a fun game. So thank you guys for voting.
Yeah, and congrats to everybody that made the All-Star list. Quite a few of you are in here. Some of you are not, but props to you all performing so well throughout the season, really showing that you're key players on the teams, and look forward to seeing both the grand finals on Tuesday and the All-Star game. So congrats to both teams. Great showing today. Very enjoyable to watch, and I'm looking for another banger on Tuesday between you two, the two big titans of the league.
I'm looking forward too, man. This is super fun series. Whenever we get to play the NA Rams, the playoffs this year from quarters on have been super hype. So stoked for sure.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for letting Quinstone, myself, and So HXC to cast and stream the game. It's an honor, and hopefully we will catch all of you guys on Tuesday at 5:45 Eastern Standard Time when the grand finals will happen, and I'm sure everybody will be alerted if that time changes, but it is between the Coconut Crabs and the NA Rams bracket reset. Hype, best of 3. Catch you all then.
Yeah.
I wake wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the holes and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself.
Look, okay, I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be. Posted, being a wreck of emotions. Ready to go whenever you let me know. The road is long, so put the pedal into the flow. The energy on my trail, my energy unavailable. I'ma tell him my silhouette go. Hey, when I fly on my drive to the top, I've been out of shape, thinking out the box. I'm an astronaut. I blasted off the planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had I thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kinda shocking. They want a static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback. I ain't talking second pack it up on panic, batter up. Who the baddest? It don't matter, cause we is your
Everybody wants to be my enemy.